All right, dealing with a new computer. Really happy to have the new computer. It's beautiful. But trying to get signed in, not an easy thing to do in 4 minutes. Hey, welcome into Gwynn and Chris, starting off a new week here, a manic Monday on Gwynn and Chris. San Diego's #1 sports talk station, 97.3, The Fan. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., traveling with the Padres in Seattle. Tonight, Padres and Mariners. Matt Scraby's alongside here in the Odyssey Palace. We got a lot to get done. Of course, Tony will be heading on over to the ballpark here shortly, so we'll chat with him as long as we can. We do have a lot going on the show today. I believe there was a big series here over the weekend, Tony. Dodgers came to town, and they came to town in first place. They left town, and they were still in first place, but the Padres had joined them. So I think all in all, should be pleased with how things worked out over the 3 days.
I concur. You know, it'd been nice to get the sweep, but instead they take 2 or 3. Dodgers leave here with a buddy in first place. They don't out there by themselves. And so some progress was made. And so now you got to quickly turn the page, though, because this Seattle Mariner team is no joke. They got some good pitching, some guys that we didn't see last time. Miller throwing today. You got Castilla, I believe, this game 2, and I believe Wu the 3rd. So
yeah, they're all good.
All 3 dudes can bring him. This is only Miller's second start since coming off the IL, but as nice as that series was, you lose yesterday's game, you turn the page and start getting ready for this Seattle Mariner team.
The old saying, you're only as good as your last at bat. And so, we're going to talk about yesterday's game. We will get to it. There was, one decision that Mike Schilt made that did not work. And, boy, and I'll tell you one thing. You would think the Padres lost all 3 games, by the way. Some people are reacting to that. We will get to it. I promise you. We will go through the ins and outs of the decision to use Jeremiah Estrada. But, before yesterday, Tony, we should talk about the first 2 games a little bit. The Padres played incredible baseball, number 1. Number 2, they pitched incredible. And I heard this statistic, and I couldn't believe it. Maybe I read it. But first game, you had 6 innings, 1 hit, Yu Darvish. Second game, Nestor Cortez, 6 innings, 1 hit. That was the first time that had happened to the Dodgers since they moved to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Back-to-back games where they were shut down like that. And that was not shutting down just any team. You were shutting down, at least 3 Hall of Famers at the top of the order and some other pretty good hitters along the way. The only batter they did not get out the first 2 games was Alex Freeland, a rookie who hit his first 2 career home runs. Other than that, wow, was that impressive by the Padres pitching. I mean, you've got to sit back and just almost in awe of how they were able to stop them the way they were.
Yeah, no, that was the challenge, right? Because they didn't play well in the previous series. They didn't play well at all outside of game 1. And that was really the challenge. They had to come in. They knew they had to play clean baseball. In 2 of the 3 starts in Los Angeles, the starting pitching did not fare well, and that included Yu Darvish and Dylan Cease, right? The one start that did go well was the night they used the opener, and so you fast forward to this series, exact opposite. You really got 3 really, really good starts from your starting pitching, and in 2 of the 3, bullpen held, and the last one, Jeremiah had a rough outing, and outside of that. That was as well as you could have hoped for in terms of how they played.
Yeah, it was really impressive. And to me, last Monday, well, just look at it this way. We walked in here, sat down in here last Monday, having just been swept and being 2 games out. And I think a lot of people thought sky is falling, et cetera, et cetera. And what a great week. I mean, you get a little thanks to the Rockies. Heck, they took 2 out of 4 from the Dodgers. helped open the door a little bit. Padres took care of business with the Giants and then got their 2 out of 3. So now you're back even. You got 31 games left. I thought Gavin Sheets said it best. I thought Mike Schultz said it best. It's exactly where you want to be, exactly where you could have possibly hoped you would be. I don't think there are too many people who, if they were being honest, would have said in spring training or April that they wouldn't have taken being tied for first with 31 games to go. And that's exactly where they are. And now it's going to be whichever team plays the best is going to win. I love it. This is what we signed up for.
Yep, exactly what I think everybody signed up for. And so, yeah, at this point, they won't play each other again, which sucks. I've already made enough of a stink about that. I'll move on.
I would think so. Yeah, we all have. Yeah.
But, you know, and their schedule is fairly the same. I mean, Dodgers may have one more team in there that's the Padres don't have to see.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's a pretty easy schedule. We said this the other day. It doesn't really matter what the schedule is. You still got to go out and take care of business. But the race continues. The sprint continues here with 31 games to go.
Yeah. The schedule, look, first of all, you got both teams have 16 games left at home. Both teams have 15 games left on the road. So there's no advantage there. Both teams play Seattle, Cincinnati, Baltimore, the Rockies at least once, and Arizona at least once. So those 5 series cancel each other out if you're looking at the schedule. Now, the Dodgers have 2 series with San Francisco and an extra one with Arizona. First of all, I don't mind the Dodgers playing San Francisco because that Giant-Dodger rivalry, even though it's down and out a little bit,
for sure.
Giants are always going to get up to play, and their fans are going to get up to play the Dodgers.
They had a good weekend against the Brewers, too.
They did, and you're going to get a solid effort there from San Francisco. The other 2 series for the Dodgers are Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Now, Philadelphia is obviously the one that stands out. For the Padres, they've got an extra series with Colorado. Can't ask for more than that. They got an extra series with the White Sox. Can't ask for more than that. They got one this coming weekend with the Twins, who've been pretty down the second half. And then the 2 are the Mets for the Padres and the last week against Milwaukee. I think the bottom line is, Tony, I don't even want to hear anything about the schedule. It is what it is. The Padres, if they don't win the division, have no excuses. They've got every shot to take this.
I can't wait to hear the heartburn when the Padres face the Rockies. There's going to be so much. Oh, my gosh, we're facing Rockies.
Not the Rockies.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be so much of that. Watch.
I'll lead the charge on that, Tony.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. You will. You're right, though. This is you just got to take care of business. Good teams take care of business when they're supposed to, and this is that time of year. It's gonna be the difference in the division ultimately, right? I mean, whoever takes care of business better from this point forward is gonna be the division winner. And we don't even know how it's gonna shake out in terms of the buys. We don't know. You know, you just mentioned. Is that me? That is me.
No, that's my phone. I'm trying to get signed onto this new computer. Believe me, it's not. It's an effort.
It is throwing him.
I know. I've been looking
at
at this. This black screen for a while.
I'll have to go. Yeah, whatever.
In the break, I will help Chris.
You're gonna have black screen for maybe the whole day, Tony. Don't get ready for it. I'm sorry.
All right, we'll both. I'll join you there. They'll both be.
Wait, no, I'm just on the camera. No one wants to just see me.
But yeah, man, this is see, here's a sprint. Let's see who takes care of business better.
Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, this is we could not have asked for anything more than this. And the atmosphere was incredible at Petco Park. Friday night it was great. Saturday night it was incredible. Sunday, all day long. I want to thank the fan who was, individually heckling Shohei Ohtani the entire day. I don't know that we necessarily needed to do that. We had him pretty quiet there at 0 for 10, and you keep it up, he's going to get you.
I was fussing about it in my talk box to the guys in the truck.
Yeah.
Because I could hear him the whole game. And it was just a matter of time. You just knew it. It just knew it. It's like the closer the game got, I was like, he's gonna spark a fire somewhere. I don't know where it's gonna be yet. And sure enough, Ohtani gets him. And I thought it was hilarious that Ohtani actually acknowledged that he was getting on his nerves a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Here's the other thing. I mean, look, the first thing I thought of as soon as the Dodgers had that big inning yesterday was, did we honestly expect they were just going to step aside for the Padres coronation? And the answer is no. And that's fine. This is the way you should be. You should have to go and take it and outplay them and get it. The Dodgers are champion team right now. They have the World Series trophy at the moment. They've won this division 12 of the last 13 years. They do feel like it's kind of their right to win this thing. So the fact that the Padres had a chance to go 2 games up on them yesterday, whether or not any Dodger wanted to admit it or not, I'm sure they took this as being one of the most important games that they played in a long time. Certainly more important regular season game they played in a long time. And, credit to them. And Freddie Freeman's a Hall of Fame player. He had 2 home runs. I just think it's funny because when the Padres lose, I think the first reaction is always to say it was on the Padres. And, I know we're going to talk more about Jeremiah, but he did not take the ball and throw it over the right field fence.
No,
the guy had to hit it 375 feet, and he did.
Yeah, I don't care about that, though.
I know you don't, but I'm trying to remind people that the other team is actually trying to win too. And, the Dodgers, I didn't expect them to just step aside and watch us waltz through. So I expect it's going to be tough, and so be it.
I try to stay level-headed when I'm watching the games, but, I was at the game yesterday. I was feeling good about everything. And then they walk Conforto, give up the home run to Dalton Rushing, and that brings my fan out, which is like annoyed that they walk Conforto, who's not good this year, and Dalton Rushing has a below 200 batting average, and he hits a 3-run shot. That annoyed me.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it because a lot of people thought Mike Schilt, lost.
Now, I'm not saying I'm annoyed with the decision. I'm just annoyed with the result.
With the result. Let's talk about the decision. Let's talk about why he made it, why he should have made it, why he shouldn't have made it, the complaining that's going on out there. And, then we'll be able to hopefully move past it. But I think we got to address it. We will. I know the media addressed it. I know Mike Schilt addressed it. We'll take our shot at it. We're underway. It's Gwynn and Chris. The Padres are tied for first place. Let's not forget that is a good thing, right? And we will take it from there. Tony's up in Seattle where the Padres play the Mariners tonight. Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The
Jeremiah has obviously been incredible this year. Struggled a bit against the Dodgers. Wondering if there was any thought to not using him in that lane there, or why you did.
I'll start with the first part. Jeremiah's been outstanding all day. He was in a lane that, quite frankly, he's been great for us. People can run from people. I personally don't. It's easy to. I don't know what that question led to, but all I can tell you is it was a lane that he has had success with that lane, starting at Padres. We felt good about all of it. He gave up a ground ball single. The walk to Conforto obviously was important. Got Rojas. Didn't go to Morihone because that brings in Will Smith.
The idea that you have a pitcher who has given up, last night gave up a homer. Dodgers seem to be giving him some trouble. Doesn't matter. That the lane is what.
I'm not saying it doesn't matter. All I'm telling you is, do you want me to answer the question, or do you want to?
Sorry, I meant that it was a question. Like, that doesn't matter. I was trying to get to the bottom of. It's simply about you trust Jeremiah in that lane.
I just explained the answer, and you just repeated the question again. I'm not sure what to say. I trusted him in the lane. Okay. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what you keep wanting me to explain to you.
There you go.
Well, there. Well, now there. Tony, Gwynn, Jr., Chris, Gwynn and Chris here, 2:20 on the clock. A little bouncing back and forth there between Shilty and Kev. That's really what this segment's about. Estrada being in the game at that point. Many people feel like because he is struggled against the Dodgers that he shouldn't have been in that spot.
That's right.
And
that's what they think, Tony. He should never pitch against the Dodgers again, apparently. There were so many reasons to bring him in. And here's, first of all, I would hope that somebody will record this, what I'm about to say, and I want them to send it directly to Mike Schilt. The reason I want them to send it to Mike Schilt is because I am his number one apologist. I am on his personal payroll, and he pays me to say nice things about him. So I just want to address.
Along, man?
Yeah, I do. I want to address all the people that think
No. I'm saying some of the money you get. Can you pass some of that along?
Please.
Yes, I will take you guys out
Share
to. We're all going to Mr. A's because I've said a lot of nice things about him lately, and he's been giving me a ton of money. I'm trying to address all the people who think I only am saying something to stick up for him because I'm his apologist and I'm his best friend. Here's the deal. You had in that situation, A, Pivetta 6 innings, 90-some-odd pitches, he was done. B, Jason Adam not available. C, Miller, Suarez, 8th, 9th. So now we're at the 7th inning, and you're looking at the inning. And you have your choice, let's say, of Jeremiah Estrada or Adrian Morejon. If you bring Morejon in to start the inning, you probably end up having to face both Alex Call as a pinch hitter and Will Smith as a pinch hitter. They are much better hitters than both Michael Conforto and even Dalton Rushing. Also, by going with Estrada, you were allowed to face Pages with a right-hander. So I totally get why you went Estrada to start. And I understand why he was still in the game to face Rushing because, as he said, Mike Schilt said, if he takes him out and brings Morejon in, now he's got to get Will Smith out. He's one of the top hitters in the league. The bottom line is Estrada gave up a ground ball for a hit. He gave up a walk, and I'm going to give – I hate to do this because people don't ever want to recognize the other team, Tony. That's a really good walk by Conforto. He took 3 or 4 really good pitches that were close. He also fouled off 2 or 3 to stay alive. I have to tip my cap. I didn't want to walk him, but it was a good walk. After he got Rojas out, up came Rushing, and this was the one mistake I thought Estrada made here was he fell behind this guy 3-1.
Yeah.
And now what do you got to do? If you walk this guy, now Ohtani's coming up with the bases loaded. In my mind, if I'm pitching, it's impossible not to know Ohtani's standing over there. So I have to give Rushing something to hit here. I just have to. I painted myself into a corner. and he gave him something to hit. And again, I credit rushing. He hit the ball out of the ballpark. Home run. I don't understand the vitriol that is directed at Mike Schilt, who has, I believe, managed one of the best bullpens in baseball all year, but in the minds of people yesterday, forgot what he was doing, forgot how to do it.
I think, again, we're running into the fanatic part of the word fan because, most of the people leaving the ballpark yesterday were like, okay, well, at least we took the series. So I'm going to go with that crowd and I'm going to hang out with that crowd. But I understand that there are people who want to know something like, why not David Morgan instead of Jeremiah Estrada? And so those are some, they're both right-handers. They both throw heat. Jeremiah Estrada has more experience, but David Morgan's been really good. So those are the questions.
Tell me, what is your thoughts? I pretty much I know what I think I know, but I want you to express them if you would.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think there could have been, they could have decided, we want the Morty Hone Will Smith matchup and gone that route, which would have preceded a whole bunch of other moves that would be countered by that. And the bottom line is they felt they had the right guy in. Regardless of how I feel, how you feel, how everybody else feels, that's what they went with. And when it doesn't go right, guess what? There's going to be folks out there that question the move. I thought the move was solid. I think for a couple other reasons besides the ones that you named. At some point, Jeremiah is going to have to get the Dodgers out. And it's next time it's probably going to come via postseason. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a longer game involved in this, but I think even short term, Mike Schilt has shown all year long guys who have blown a save, blown something. He gonna get you right back out there to try to go ahead and master. It didn't work. He as Chris, I think you described it perfectly. He hung. I don't think he wanted to hang the slider. I think he wanted to make a good pitch there, but that's kind of what happens when you do have somebody of Ohtani on there. You don't want to put him on and load the bases there. You want to go ahead and try to make a pitch. He didn't make a good one. And as you said, Dalton Rushing deserves some credit for taking advantage of the mistake there in a big spot. It's not like Dalton Rushing's been ripping the cover off a baseball. He has not been doing that. And so he got a mistake. He took advantage of it. This will not deter Mike Schilt from going back to Estrada. Again, it just won't. Outside of the Dodgers, there's been no issues for Jeremiah Estrada. As you've just gone over, he's got the second most holds in the league. He's got the fourth and most in the league, second most in the National League. He's had a terrific year. He was the only one that just barely missed being an all-star. We talked about that on Friday when he was on. But yeah, Chris Gravy's also right. The majority of people who walked out of that stadium were like, all right, cool. We took 2 or 3. Would have loved to have gotten the sweep. It didn't go that way. And we'll move forward. You certainly, after this last week, I think all you guys have realized that's just how it's going to be. Like, people go complain. Yeah. They're going to have something to say about every move, whether it works good or whether it works bad. And so, and it's typically not that many people. Because a lot of people don't really care enough to be out on Twitter just letting it fly. Like they don't. They might have this conversation with their friends amongst themselves, but they don't care enough to be on Twitter to be out there just,
Oh, but they want to get on Twitter if they can get a shot in at me and, tell me that I'm a Mike Schilt apologist.
Are they wrong?
Of course they're wrong. I criticize him all the time, as a matter of fact. And I also don't even know him. I don't think he would even say hello to me if I walked past him. So here's the other thing. Tony, you hit, I think, your best point, a lot of them. But the one I liked there was the Mike Schilt does a good job, whether you like it out there or not, of playing the long game. Not always for the moment, sometimes for the moment, but a lot of times not. Estrada's a 7th inning pitcher. Is he going to tell him that, you know what, now you're not, and make him wonder about it?
Isn't Jason Adam the 7th inning pitcher? He was unavailable, but
So he was the likely guy in that spot.
Yeah.
And Estrada's been there all year. Mike Schilt puts guys in the spot that they're used to being in. That doesn't mean they're always going to execute it.
That's a real quick. That's a point that everybody needs to go back to. That is usually Jason Adams' spot. He was not available because he had pitched the previous 2 nights and pitched well. So this is how it works. Like, someone's got to slide into that spot. That next guy is Jeremiah, and it just didn't work out. Man, guess what? It's just baseball. That's how baseball goes, man. It's just how it is. And he'll be better. I don't think he's going to go into the tank now because he had a couple bad spots against the Dodgers. He hadn't done that.
His quotes after the game were, I like Jeremiah Estrada because he takes accountability for making a bad pitch and then
stood up. He didn't go hide in the training room.
No, he takes accountability for it. He says he needs to be better, and I fully believe that he will be better next time he's out there.
But you can't throw him in the tank, though. You know what I'm saying?
No.
He, as a manager, his part of his job is to help them get through these type of things. And so, there's a way you got to go about doing it, whether people understand it or not.
They don't.
Tony has been drilling it into my head for the past week that it's maybe a loud minority of people that are in our ears.
But even you said as soon as the ball flew out of the yard, the fan comes out, right?
Yeah, but I didn't go to my Twitter and say, "What are they doing?"
That's
y'all need to get off Twitter. Y'all really do for a little bit.
I like debating with the fans. I like talking with the fans, but it's the people that go in there and they're like, "You're an idiot. No wonder I don't listen to your show." Like, what's the point of saying that? I don't get it.
They don't have to worry about listening to my show anymore. I've been fired and had to quit all weekend long, so that's fine. Hey, look, I think we're in a great spot, and this is where I want to be ultimately. I got 31 great games. I cannot wait for them. I'm going to be watching all 31 Dodger games on the other side. I got 62 baseball games that I'm going to be hanging on every pitch. And this is what we want, man. This is great.
This should be fun. I had, real quick before we go to break, I had breakfast this morning with a old high school baseball teammate that's from San Diego. He now lives in Oregon. And he's got 4 girls. They're all big Padres fans. And I was just explaining to him, like, yo, it's kind of still surreal to me to show up to the ballpark every day and there's like 40,000 people in there, like, and the place is, I mean, it felt like it felt like we had a top on and we were blowing it off that whole series with the Dodgers. And I say that all to say that this 31 that we got left is going to be so much fun along with whatever comes after it. So, this is, we'll have this conversation again, I'm sure. It might be about a lineup, might be about a pitcher. Who knows? Maybe the 26th spot on the roster. I don't know. But we'll have this conversation again, and I'll just try to remind us this is where we want to be. All this stuff is – we're having these conversations this late because these games actually matter. So.
Chris and I were talking about it last week. In years past, we were already previewing the NFL season, kind of just saying, "Oh, Padres are playing tonight," kind of
There's
thing.
There's going to be a generation of kids that saw this, and this is what they know. They only know the Padres being in the middle of everything. So
expectations are going to be very high from those kids.
Yes. It's only going to get worse moving forward if they keep playing like that. All right, let's get to break. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
Gwynn and Chris on the Fan.
Wait, hold up, Jesse.
has to hop on the bus, head to the ballpark.
I think he's coming back for some of the interview.
Okay, he'll be back and forth for a bit here. But yeah, the bus leaves like at the top of the hour, and I've had to make those buses before. Can't like walk out of your room at 1 minute to 3.
What?
They wouldn't be happy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As I've learned over time, and I'm sure Tony has, it's the old Pete Carroll theory on being making the bus. If you're on time, you're late. Got to be early. So anyway, Tony will be with us in and out. We are going to visit with Ryan Divish, Seattle Times, checking on the Mariners. They got a lot of work to do. They're trying to get into the playoffs as well. They're trying to win their division as well. And they're battling the Houston Astros there. By the way, really? Like the Vetter Cup at this point?
Why? I don't even really hear it being mentioned. It's not like a thing anymore. Like I think we had a Vetter Cup like series earlier this year.
Well, the Mariners won the first 3 games here.
I know.
So if they win one more, they clinch the cup.
Oh, I see.
Or if the Padres, I think the Mariners outscored the Padres by 12 runs. So the Padres would have to sweep the series, outscore them by 13 runs now. But I'm just saying, the Vetter Cup was a fun thing to invent when neither of these teams were in contention.
Yeah,
but now that these games really mean something, the Vetter Cup seems like kind of a silly aside to me.
It certainly does.
Right? I mean, is anyone going to be depressed? I mean, if we lose tonight, the Padres lose tonight, we're going to be depressed because they lost and maybe lost ground. Not because the Vetter Cup hopes have gone awry. By the way, the Dodgers are playing the Reds tonight. And the Reds have a whole lot to play for. They're trying to get back into the playoff spot. Right now, they're on the outside looking in. They need to win to try to get themselves back in the wild card race. So like I said, 31 games for the Padres, 31 games for the Dodgers, and I'm going to be leaning on every pitch. 62 games. Love it. They're going to be doing the same thing in Seattle where the Mariners begin play 2 back of the Astros. Ryan Divish, Seattle Times, thank you so much for the time, sir. How are you today?
Oh, I'm pretty good. It's interesting because I'm down on the field, and they have the pregame playlist right now is nothing but Pearl Jam songs, which that doesn't make me upset, But these other guys and players, they don't have any idea who Pearl Jam is.
They're trying to push this Vetter Cup thing down our throat. They truly are.
Yeah.
So
never underestimate the marketing people for the Mariners. And once they latch on to something, but we always used to call it the Vetter Cup as a running joke, which is kind of amusing because Eddie Vedder is a known Cubs fan growing up, but. It's cool, and like all the stuff that they're doing goes to charity and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool.
So
he's supposedly going to be here today or tomorrow too for it.
That part is good. Ryan, enjoyed talking to you about the Mariners, and of course, last time they came to San Diego and they swept, and they showed what they have. I mean, their pitching was incredible. I think the Padres scored 3 runs the entire series. Talk a little bit about Bryce Miller, who's kind of working his way back, and then Castillo and Wu. Wu has been incredible. I mean, on the All-Star team, setting records from what I recall for 6-inning performances. The Mariners' starting pitching has been pretty much all that, has it not?
Well, it was more so last year. This year, because of how good they were last year and how many innings they logged last year, we've seen some of these guys struggle a little bit and deal with some injury stuff. Bryce Miller has not pitched a ton this year. He has some bone spurs in his elbow, and so he got a couple different shots in it, and now he's able to pitch, but it's something I'm sure he'll probably have addressed in the off season. But like the last round of PRP shots and rest and everything, he came back and was throwing 99 miles an hour and really kind of looked like the Bryce Miller of last year, who was one of their better pitchers down the stretch. So he'll go tonight, and he looks, it looks like he's going to be a more competitive guy than he was early in the year where the elbow was bothering him and it just wasn't the same. Castillo has been pretty solid. A few years ago, this guy was like dominant, but kind of like all pitchers, you get in your 30s, the fastball isn't quite as explosive and just isn't quite the same, but he's kind of figured out how to combat that a little bit with his change-up, slider, kind of that kind of stuff. He's been really solid this year. And then Brian Wu, you're right, he's been their best pitcher, honestly. He's got 25 consecutive starts. All 25 of his starts, he's gone 6 innings or more.
Yeah.
And that's something that hasn't been done by many people. I think Zach Greinke did 32, was the last person to go more than 25. So, you know, that'll be tough to get to 32, I think. And Zach Greinke was a freak. But, you know, Wu has just been outstanding. And this is a guy that was a 6th-round pick who they drafted after he'd had Tommy John surgery, knowing he was coming off a Tommy John surgery. And I think had a 6.5 or 6.2 ERA in college. Like they just knew the athlete, the mechanic, arm slot, everything. One of their pitching crew, this guy is going to be really good, and we need to draft him. And so I think they took him in the 5th round or 6th round, and he's been outstanding. And you know, they're starting to get kind of back. Logan Gilbert missed time with injury. George Kirby missed time with injury. Bryce Miller. All these guys are starting to come back, and they're all starting to look kind of what they did last year. And in a way, maybe the injuries were a blessing in the sense that they're not at 185 innings right now or 175 innings. They're at, you know, they all have some energy left, and that's pretty important because, you know, they really want to get that division title. I mean, I think as much as Padres fans want to beat the Dodgers and take the NL West, I think the Mariners want to beat the Astros even more, just because, you know, the Astros have just run roughshod, and you have the whole cheating scandal and everything else over the last few years.
Maybe we can both win all 3 games of this series somehow. We're visiting with Ryan Dinnick up in Seattle. All right, I got, you know, I can't even Dinnish. My apologies. I can't believe I waited. I can't believe I waited to the second question to ask about the big dumper. But I mean, this guy, he's taken baseball by storm. I can only imagine what it's like in Seattle, and he gave everybody what a thrill yesterday. Ties the all-time record for home runs by a catcher, then breaks it. 49. The next one will be 50. No catcher's ever done that. He's got a chance to break the switch hitting record, 56 by Mickey Mantle. Who knows? He could even get the 61 for the American League record. Just your thoughts. Aaron Judge is the MVP frontrunner. I see that. I get it. But I also know that Cal Raleigh is catching, one of the better staffs in baseball, and doing historical things. He'd get my vote, but I don't have one. Talk about the big dumper and his emergence.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just been – it's there. I've never seen a season quite like this, you know, and you're right. It's what he's doing at the plate has never been done before by a catcher. You know, he passed – like Salvi Perez held the record of 48 home runs in a season as a catcher.
Yeah.
That's over a season. We still have 6 weeks left.
Right.
And he's at 49. You know, Griffey hit 56. That's the mark here in Seattle. It's very possible that when you do something better than Ken Griffey does in a season, then you've done something, and you're doing it as a catcher. Like, he's getting the crap beat out of him all the time, and he plays almost every game. He you know, if you look at games played, he's played more games than Aaron Judge. I know Judge went on the IL, but even before that, Cal was on a pace to play more than Judge because he doesn't want to sit out. You know, he don't catch every game, but he catches, I would think, probably 80%. You know, the last 2 years, he's caught more innings than any other catcher. And, oh, yeah, by the way, he's the Platinum Glove winner, not just the Gold Glove winner, the Platinum Glove winner. Everybody swears by his game calling, receiving. He's considered the best framer in baseball. Like, everything about him, you know, you like. And so I'd have no problem voting for him for the MVP simply based on the rigors of the position. I mean, like, I played catcher in college at a very crappy level, and it beat the hell out of me. And you know, so I can't even imagine trying to catch Andres Munoz throwing 99-mile-per-hour sinkers and what that does to your thumb on a daily basis. Like, this guy posts. You know, as he said the one time, and the Mariners have that shirt, the best ability is availability, and he's available to play. He doesn't want to sit. And I think very indicative of Cal on that day yesterday. It was so, you know, it's such a huge deal, and all he wanted to talk about is how much they needed to win and how much he was excited about Logan Gilbert striking out a career-high 13 guys. I mean, that's what the crazy part is like he has not changed one bit with all the success. You know, he doesn't crave it. He doesn't like the spotlight. He was telling me the other day about how he went to Costco with his girlfriend and got recognized, and like it just was like craziness to him that people at a Costco recognized him, and like I couldn't even get the hot dog, you know, like I can't even imagine him changing. You know, I've covered him since they drafted him in the 3rd round, And a funny story about that was that Cal had a pre-draft agreement with the Braves, and nobody was supposed to draft him because he wouldn't sign. So he was supposed to go to the Braves.
Wow.
And the Mariners said, "Oh no, we're going to take our chances. We're going to draft him, and we'll be able to sign him." And they did.
Good
And
move.
and now he's with them, and he's their franchise guy. And I mean, the whole big dumper thing and everything. Probably Jared Kelnick's greatest contribution to baseball at this point was that nickname. This is, he's embraced it. The sense of responsibility that comes with the contract that he received, and kind of the notoriety. We always wrote that Julio Rodriguez was the face of the franchise, but I honestly, and I wrote this earlier, that Cal was the conscience of the franchise because he's been outspoken about success, critical of management at times even.
Yeah.
And you know what? They understood it, and they said that this guy is that good and he cares that much that we're not going to punish him for it. And instead, they rewarded him with a contract extension.
Talking to Ryan Divich of the Seattle Times here on 97.3 The Fan. I wanted to ask you about the trades, because the two teams that were most mentioned in the trade deadline were the Mariners with getting Eugenio Suarez and Josh Naylor and more, and then the Padres acquiring all the players they did. What was the real-time thought process up there about what you were giving up, or what the Mariners were giving up for what they were receiving?
They just looked at their lineup and knew that they had holes at first and third base, and it was readily apparent that they didn't do much in the offseason. They didn't really make very many moves or spend very much money in the offseason to address those needs. So I think once they recognized, okay, here they are in this spot where they have a chance to win a division title and certainly make the postseason, and you're getting this historic level season from your catcher, that they realized they couldn't just sit on their hands and hope that what they had was good enough. And it did work out in the sense that Naylor and Suarez are rentals. Mariners have one of the best farm systems probably the best farm system in all of baseball. They could move some guys to get guys. I think the biggest surprise to me in all of the trade deadline was that AJ Preller and Jerry DePoto didn't make a trade with each other every year. It seems like that.
Yeah,
But they
true.
did that, So those guys helped. I mean, you're bringing in Naylor and Suarez. They're real dudes. They have experience. They both played in the postseason. They can handle themselves. You don't have to worry about them in terms of their mindset or handling the pressure of playing in a postseason race. And it made so much sense for them to go out and get those guys that you almost didn't think it was going to happen, but they were able to make it work. I think the one thing that's hurt them is they thought they had a deal for Johan Duran. They thought they had it done. From what it sounded like was going to be Harry Ford and the catching prospect Harry Ford and another guy, and Philly swooped in at the last minute and offered more, and they just couldn't go there. And you put Johan Duran with Andres Munoz and Matt Brash, who the Mariners fans probably thank the Padres for Munoz and Brash, and Gabe Spire, who's been sneaky great this year, and that's a really tough 3 or 4 innings that you can cover, but they just couldn't get it done. And I think that's their biggest weakness right now is their bullpen. They're just about an arm short. You need a guy that can strike guys out, and they need one more guy like that, and they don't have it right now.
Well, I think the fun thing to me, these two teams, first of all, they work out both in Peoria in the spring training, right? So they're together there. They got the Vetter Cup connection. They also, neither of them has won a World Series. And I think both of them make big moves at the trade deadline. They're both battling for division titles against hated rivals. It really seems like the teams are looking at each other this week. And hopefully they see each other, have a great series. And hopefully, I would love to see it happen again in October. I think it's a possibility. Ryan, you're always good to us. We appreciate it. Enjoy the series this week up in Seattle. Thanks for the time.
All right. Take it easy, guys.
Yes, sir. Ryan Divich, Seattle Times. He's really good. Had a chance to talk to him when he was in San Diego. Nice guy. And,
you did?
Well connected.
Nice.
But I just can't get over the big dumper. I do not want to see the dumper hit a home run this week, but
we're going to see him hit a home run most likely.
He's going to hit one, and it's going to be 50, and it's going to be, no catcher's ever done that.
Yeah.
To me, there's a little history here. And, to have a platinum glove, to have 50 home runs as a catcher, to play every day. I know they want to give the thing to Judge because he's Aaron Judge, but I don't think Judge is more valuable.
I don't either.
Not this year. I don't
either.
So
I guess
we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah,
but
it's the age-old debate Like, could the Yankees win as many games with Aaron Judge?
Well,
Probably not. Could the Mariners win as many games without the big dumper? Probably not.
And the other part is that, how many East Coast voters stay up and watch Cal Raleigh play every night in Seattle? Very few. So, they see the statistics, but they don't see what this guy's doing on a daily basis. I'm pretty excited to see what he's doing. He's a switch hitter. He doesn't just, bash righties as a left-handed hitter. He turns around and bashes lefties as a right-handed hitter. It's quite remarkable what he is doing this year. And I'm kind of looking forward to watching him in the next few days. Hopefully Padres can do to him what they did to Ohtani and, Betts and Freeman until yesterday, keeping those big stars down. All right, good stuff from Ryan Divish. We got a Daily Gambit. We'll take a look at some of the other stuff coming up in sports tonight. Like I said, Dodgers got the Reds. Padres got the M's. It's going to be fun. I mean, look, if the two trade deadline winners do meet in the World Series, it's going to be these two teams.
It is.
So I think these two teams are really, really similar.
I loved his
what we
line.
got.
The best thing Jared Kelnick has done in baseball.
Best thing he's ever done.
is
It
the big
is
dumper.
the big dumper. And kudos to Cal Raleigh for just
Going with
all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. More Gwynn and Chris coming up. Gwynn and Chris for a Monday. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr.'s in Seattle. Bus is leaving right now. They're heading over to the ballpark. Padres and Mariners. Tony will rejoin us once he gets over there. It's not Safeco Field anymore, is it, Scrape? I forgot the name of the ballpark. Honestly, they changed
Is
it.
it T-Mobile Park?
Maybe. I might give you that. I'm honestly not sure. T-Mobile Park, is that right?
Let me see.
I know it was Safeco
Seattle
for the longest time.
Mariners Stadium.
T-Mobile Park. You're right.
Oh, all right.
T-Mobile Park. Tonight, 6:40 is the start of the ball game, and it'll be Bryce Miller for the Mariners, right-hander, fireballer. 2-5 this year. Been sitting out quite a while.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team. So.
Making just a second return start. J.P. Sears, much better. His second time out for the Padres. The left-hander will get his third start tonight in Seattle. Fingers are crossed on that, Scrape. Sears, although he pitched 6 innings and allowed just 1 run against the Giants, a lot of deep fly balls, right? I mean, Fernando took a homer away. Saw Laureano scraping his back of his jersey on the fence a couple times. Sears does give up those fly balls.
But if there is a stadium that is like Petco Park, it is T-Mobile Park.
That's what I was going to say. You're
Oh,
right. You're
sorry, I
reading my
cut you
mind.
off. I cut
No,
you
you're
off.
reading my mind. I think this is a park where hopefully he can get away with that. He has already faced the Mariners twice this year while he was with the Athletics and pitched okay, but lost both games. So that's a little background on tonight's action for J.P. Sears, the lefty. Mariners are going with all right-handers in this series, which means we won't have to hear any Ryan O'Hearn complaints. He'll be in the lineup for sure.
Okay, so can we talk about the game on Friday night?
Sure.
Well, did he start 2 for 2 on Friday night?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a big hit. I tell you one, he had a big hit. His first hit, he hit one, muscled one kind of the other way against the shift.
Yeah.
Second one was a big hit because it came in the inning where the Padres got their 2 runs.
Yes.
It moved Manny from first to third. It was a big hit
Yes.
for sure.
I kept looking at Chris every time he hit the ball, and Chris just gave me this wry smile of this guy is going to be the death of me.
He's going to be the death of me because everybody's, putting words in my mouth. That's the thing. Tony and I both said that Ryan O'Hearn is a really good player who mashes right-handed pitchers. And all we were trying to do was give reasoning as to why he wasn't in the lineup against lefties and that particular night. And ever since then, he had a home run against the lefties.
He's been a machine.
And now we're idiots. So,
Hey, no. We actually can pinpoint going back to when things turned for the Padres because Ryan O'Hearn, we'll look back on that.
Well, look, to me, pointing out every time he gets a hit is similar to me if I went on the air and said, well, he went 0 for 4 yesterday, so he sucks.
Oh,
right?
are you
it's
saying
just not true? You can't. My point is, you give me an example of one home run and say you're wrong. I'm not wrong. He went 0 for 4 yesterday. You're wrong, and that sounds silly too, doesn't it?
It does. It
All
does
right,
totally
so-
sound silly because he could go 0 for 4 one day, like you said, go 4 for 4 the next, go 0 for 5 the next day.
And honestly, I'm not going to sit here and root against him every time he comes up.
No, we want this team to win.
Yeah, I want he's batting right in the middle of the lineup. I need him to, keep coming through. So,
Yes.
look, Sears will be in there. Do we have a lineup yet tonight? It's a
I'm
tad
looking.
early.
I don't see
I haven't
it.
seen one yet. J.P. Sears, by the way, last time against Seattle, pitched in the minor league ballpark, 4 1/3 innings, allowed 2 earned runs to the Mariners, struck out 6 in that ball game. The A's would end up losing 3-1, and Sears would be the losing pitcher. That was on July 28th. So he just faced the Mariners not too long ago. He also faced them in the very first game of the season, 6 2/3, gave up 2 runs, and was the loser in that game 2-1. So like I said, Sears pitched well in both games against the M's, but did not win either of them. We'll see what happens tonight at 6:40. Sam Levitt's pregame show at 5:40 this afternoon. There's no day baseball today, right? Everything's under the lights,
I believe so.
as it were. So no scores to report, but some games to predict. And we will do that right now in our Daily Gambit.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. We made some bets. We did. By the way, we got to spend some time on Far Corner a little bit later because Far Corner was awesome and everybody that showed up was amazing. There were so many people there.
Huge crowd. Couldn't even hear ourselves.
I heard reports that we sounded great, but Chris and I couldn't hear us.
I couldn't hear anything. And the Max, who runs the place.
Yes, he was amazing.
He took such great care of us.
He was focused on us. He got us pizza, food, all that stuff was great.
But, he's got a really nice place there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's relaxing, comfortable, even with that many people in there.
Yeah.
I felt, like it was, air. It's wide open. A lot of air flows through there.
Yes, there's different areas for you. If you want a quieter area,
the
there's
other
an
part
area
is
for
kind of
that.
just a restaurant off to the other side. So if you haven't been to Far Corner, either do it, for a dinner while the Padres are out of town.
Yeah.
Or, make it part of your pregame because it was
definitely
a lot of
make
fun.
it a part of your pregame.
A lot of
and
fun
please
Friday.
go support him during the off season.
Thank you.
We were
Max.
talking about that.
Well done.
And I was like, we'll help you get some people down there. So go visit Far Corner in the off season.
It does seem apparent, judging by the response I get on Twitter, that everybody does listen to everything I say. I don't necessarily agree with it, but they certainly listen to it.
All right, we're gonna have to take your Twitter away, like you and Tony took my Twitter away.
I'm going to have to, go stand.
A couple
in the
years
corner.
ago, they took my Twitter away, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I know. I might have to join you.
All right, the bets we made on Friday night. First one, Dodgers -1.5 on the run line over the Padres, and the Padres won this game 2-1, and we picked the Padres, so we win that one.
We won because the Dodgers were favored.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Over under total score 7.5 runs in that game. You went over, Chris. I went under, and it was 3.
Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah,
not much that night.
The Yankees and the Red Sox on Friday night. Yankees were -1.5 on the run line. You said Yankees. I said Sox. Sox won 2-1, I believe.
Sox
1-0, 2-1.
Sox took 2 of 3 over there. 3 of 4.
Yeah, 3 of 4
over the weekend. Yeah.
49ers -3.5 against the Chargers.
I never even looked at this.
After the Padres game, I turned on.
This actually did take place. They played the game. Huh?
Yes, it was a brutal game. In the fourth quarter, I was actually watching it.
Is so bad.
And there were 2 guys, one for the 49ers and one for the Chargers, that just completely let punts go off their face mask.
Really?
It was just bad. But the 49ers ended up winning 30-23. They were 3.5-point favorites. We both chose the 49ers.
Woo-hoo.
Finally, the Lynx
cashed the ticket on a preseason game.
The Minnesota Lynx were -6.5 over the Indiana Fever. And you chose Fever, I chose Lynx. The the Lynx won, but they did not cover. So 95-90, you win that bet.
Close, though.
Yes.
All right, let's start a new week. We'll start fresh. I think we both ended up about the same last week, or about 7 or 8 games over 500.
It feels that
we didn't
way.
do too badly.
No, it feels that way.
We got the Mariners favorite tonight over the San Diego Padres. Mariners by 1.5.
I don't understand.
I said the Padres have a slightly better record than the Mariners overall, but the game is in Seattle. And here's something I should point out, because it's something I'm keeping an eye on. Padres have only won one series on the road this year against a winning team. Only one. The only team with a winning record that they've beaten a series is the Brewers, the best team in the league.
Which is totally makes
weird.
sense.
But the Padres have not beaten any other winning team in a series. This would be high time to do it this week, because the Mariners are clearly a winning team.
Yes.
I'll go first. I'll be honest with you. JP Sears does not give me a lot of confidence, but I'll take the Padres. I mean, I got to right now. I mean, every game matters. I can't just give one away at this point.
Just intentionally walk the dumper every time.
The dumper.
You said you're gonna take the Mariners?
No, I'm taking the Padres.
I'm gonna take the Padres.
I can't take the Mariners.
No, I'm gonna take the Padres too.
You can intentionally walk Cal Raleigh, but Suarez, Naylor, Julio Rodriguez. They got some players.
They do.
They're good. 8.5 runs for this game. Over under in the large confines of T-Mobile Park. 8.5 runs.
Under.
Sounds like an under with these two teams, but I'm gonna go over. Padres got to score tonight because it's going to get much tougher with Castillo and Wu. Who pitches more innings tonight? Bryce Miller or JP Sears? Sears got through 6 last time.
He did. He pitched well.
He pitched well. He gave up some loud outs, though.
Which is fine. There, as Mud would say on the TV, a long foul ball or a long foul ball, strike one.
Okay, I agree, but it still starts your heart every time it happens. Miller's still coming back from injury, so I'll give Sears the nod here.
I'm going to give Sears the nod, too.
You are, huh?
Yeah, Miller has not been the same guy from last year. I mean, mostly he's been injured, but when he has pitched this year, it has not been great.
Dodgers and Reds, 8 runs up in L.A. tonight. Hunter Green pitching for Cincy. Sheehan going for the Dodgers. 8 runs. Dodgers, Los Rojos.
I'm going to go over.
I am too. Who gets more strikeouts tonight? Scooble at the A's.
Okay.
-2 against Hunter Green at the Dodgers. I'm going to take Scooble against the A's. Seems like an 8-inning, 12 strikeout game for Scooble tonight.
It does seem like that.
Going Scooble?
I'm going to have to go.
I'd love to see Hunter Green pitch one of his, gems tonight.
No, I'm going to go Green.
All right. Help us out, Hunter. We wouldn't mind. We got the Aces in the Sky WNBA action tonight. Not going to worry about the game. But who's going to get more rebounds? Angel Reese, -2, or Asia Wilson? Angel Reese.
-2.
For whatever reason, continues to be one of the most polarizing players in the WNBA. The WNBA, I love the WNBA, but they're focused on the wrong stuff, Scravy.
Yeah.
Everything is about the controversy and the foul and whether it's the refs are terrible and whether people are trying to hurt and whether Caitlin Clark is this or Angel Reese is that or, just let us watch the games. The games are pretty good, but nobody pays attention to the actual games.
Yeah, that's the big problem.
I think
no one
is.
watches the games. They just
want to
join
see
in on the gossip.
And ESPN doesn't help, right? Because after every game, round of games, they're like, well, here's somebody pushing somebody and somebody got mad and the ref missed the call. And yeah, did anybody make a jump shot? Were there any 3-pointers?
No, Chris. The answer is no.
All right, Angel Reese averages 12.2 rebounds, Wilson 10.2, so it's exactly 2 difference. I think you're up.
I'm going Angel Reese.
Yeah, got to go with Angel Reese.
She's like Dennis Rodman.
She is a rebounding machine. What do they call it when she misses and puts her
me-bound?
A me-bound.
Which is really funny.
That's funny, but it's part of the issue. Some people say it with disdain.
Yeah.
And while she gets his me-bounds.
I'm like, hey, it's kind of funny.
I'll take Asia Wilson, but
it
should be close. We got an interesting tennis tonight at the U.S. Open. Venus Williams is playing singles, like coming out of retirement at 40-some-odd years old. Yeah.
I thought,
Venus Williams, one of the greatest players in the history of the sport. She's going to play the 11th seed Carolina Mukova tonight in New York. Mukova is favored by 6.5 games. They just don't think Venus even has a chance coming out of retirement here.
6.5 games is a lot.
That's a lot. You got to win 6-3, 6-2 in order to cover that.
That's complete domination. I don't
Complete
think
domination.
Venus is joining this just to get crushed.
I'm going to root for Venus to keep it close. I wouldn't be surprised, though. 40-some-odd years old. I don't know exactly how old she is, but she's 40+.
I'll go Williams or Venus Williams.
You're going to go Venus, too. We're both going Venus. Also tonight, Carlos Alcaraz and American Riley Opelka. I just like that name. Riley Opelka.
She was born 1980, so she's 45.
Wow. 45.
Yeah.
Playing the 11th ranked player in the world.
I may change my thing. No, I'm going to keep it.
Come on, Venus. I don't know how she's going to win a couple games there, but we'll see. 34.5 games total for this one. Alcaraz and Opelka. Basically, if you say under, you're thinking Alcaraz wins in straight sets. If you go over, you're thinking Opelka gets a set somewhere along the line.
I think Alpaca is going to get something around.
You're going with Opelka?
Alpaca.
Opelka. So you're taking over then.
Yeah, I'm going to go over.
34.5 game.
Yeah.
Alcaraz doesn't like to mess around, but it is a night match. And those seem to be always kind of fun at the U.S. Open. And
the big city lights of New York.
Yeah, Opelka's a pretty decent player. He's not ranked, but I've seen him play some pretty good tennis. I think he'll keep it close. I'll take over as well. All right, we're off to take a quick time out here. I got a second before we go to the break, so we don't want to break too early now. I wanted to get this in because I just thought of it. Now, it's a shot at Bob Brenly.
Oh, why? What happened now?
Because this was so bad. And I really hope that it gets a little bit more attention because I haven't seen anything about it on a national level yet. But I saw the clip tweeted out. Now, again, should I just say this because we're in this day and age, Scraby? It was tweeted.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm going to tell you in a second, but it was tweeted out and it was taken from the broadcast of the Diamondbacks-Reds game on Saturday.
Okay.
The only reason I'm saying that I hesitate is because people do fake some of this stuff now, and I get worried about that.
Yes.
So if we find out this was all faked, then I have to take it back. I mean, that's the only way I can put this, right? But anyway, here's the clip.
I'm trying to look for it.
Yeah. See, that's the thing that's worrying me, that it might be fake.
It might be fake because I'm not seeing anything about him.
Well, let me just type in Bob Brenly comment. Hang on before I say this, because you know what? I mean, Bob Brenly's easy to pick on, but it's not fair if he really didn't do this. And I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
You know what? I hate to do this out there, but I'm going to take a minute to look a little more research before I tell you what I saw.
I think
because if what I
right.
saw happened, then it's really bad. And so I don't want to say
if it did happen, I think we would be seeing news.
You'd think you would, because wait till I'll tell you in the break, Scraby, and then we'll search it out. I'm going to be.
Tony says, "What an organic radio tease! That was organic.
It was. It wasn't meant to be.
No,
it wasn't meant to be a tease. I meant to just tell you the story. But now, the more I think about it, I'm a little worried that maybe
you're doing the right thing.
They make so much stuff up now, you just don't know.
You're doing the right thing.
So let's make sure that this actually happened, or we'll do our best to find it. And if it did, then I'm gonna lay it on thick.
All right, we need to go to break then.
All right, we'll do the break and then we'll check it out. Come back, see what we
find.
We uncover here next.
From the 8th.
Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right, well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick, so goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm going to laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Scraby, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. Doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm gonna try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh man, this is hot. Not that bad though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. Never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Scravy, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. That was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. Doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh man, this is hot. Not that bad though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys.
Work during that last segment.
I'm actually kind of proud of ourselves.
I think you guys are going to be happy out there. We did come up with what I wanted to come up with. So we are going to be able to play you this Bob Brenly clip.
It's not great audio.
You're not going to be able to hear it too well, but I will tell you, exactly what he said and why this guy should have been fired a long time ago. Like he shouldn't even be here to say these clips anymore. But he did it again on Saturday, and I'd like, It's rude. But
so Zach Maxwell's.
Well, let's give him the lineup first because people like the lineup. They want that, and then we're going to give you the Bob Brenly latest. I go for the
leading
lineup.
off in playing right field. Fernando Tatis Jr. playing first base, batting second. Luis Ariz. Manny Machado batting third, playing third. Ryan O'Hearn DHing in the fourth spot. The cleanup spot. Bogarts hitting fifth, playing shortstop. Gavin Sheets, sixth, playing left field. Laureano, seventh, playing center field. Cronenworth, eighth, playing second base. And Fermin catching for
That's
Sears.
been pretty much the lineup go-to. Remember, Merrill's on the injured list.
They did put him on. We never talked about that, but
yeah. Yeah, he's officially on the injured list now. So that's kind of the lineup they're going with. I will just tell you, and I want to talk about it later because I don't have time right now. But there's a lot of anger. Okay. There's a Twitter amount of anger about Ariz batting second, and there's even more about him playing first base when Ryan O'Hearn is DHing. O'Hearn should be at first. Just to read some of these people, and you're right, we shouldn't give them so much play today.
Well, immediately we just got 2 comments saying, why is that the...
Yeah.
I don't understand why we're trying to change things while things are going okay.
That's exactly it. The last I checked, the Padres are tied for first place. Why is everybody so unhappy?
I don't know. I get the I get the want to be better and have the best lineup out there. And I'm not sure if Luis Ariz in the lineup or out of the lineup makes the best lineup, but I don't know why we're complaining so much about a team that just took 2 of 3 from the Dodgers. And took 3 of 4 from the Giants. They won 5 games on this homestand. That's pretty good.
They're tied for first place. I think people should be happy, but a lot of them are still miserable. And I don't think it's miserable. I think it's just something about them more than anything else, to be honest with you. I will say this, though. I know that Ben and Woods, or at least Ben and Paul, when we were on the round table, they also don't think Ariz should be batting second, and they stated their reasons why in the round table last week. But now I'm digressing because I want to give the Bob Brenly story, and we're going to run out of time. Here's Bob Brenly. This is the same guy who had to take a leave of absence many years ago because of rude comments about Marcus Stroman, racist stuff about his do-rag. This is a guy that said that Fernando, Tatis, maybe the chain around his neck is weighing him down. That irked a lot of people. Mike Clevenger, of all people, came out and was very critical of Bob Brenly, who said that Clevenger's windup looks like a polka dance. Anyway, some of it is funny. Some of it borders on really, really troubling.
The polka dance is the least of my worries.
Me too. But I'm trying to give as many examples as I can come up with. This is the latest Bob Brenly, and it came the other night with the Reds debuting a new relief pitcher by the name of Zach Maxwell.
Big Sugar.
Big guy, 6'6", 275 pounds, Zach Maxwell.
We're going to try it. Hopefully this works.
Hopefully you can hear some of this, but if not, I will paraphrase what is said here.
The whole supporting cast here with them, family, friends, the whole thing in the stands. They were taking pictures down there on the field before the game yesterday. With a wide-angle lens. That's a good call.
Yeah, that's all you needed to hear.
Wide-angle
Zach
lens.
Maxwell's, heavy set, 6'6", 275. The play-by-play guy is saying he's making his major league debut. He has family, friends here. He had everybody here. They were down on the field taking pictures before the game. Bob Brenly cracks in with using a wide-angle lens. And then the other guy goes, oh, yes, exactly. I don't know how much – and people put it up properly. It's a fat-shaming thing. And there's a lot of people that are probably a few pounds overweight who watch these telecasts. I just don't know how long you let Bob Brenly – run free and run amok like this.
Here's the thing, Chris.
Yeah.
I am all for Bob Brenly shaming when he deserves it, but I do remember me making a big old joke about the woman who got stuck under the gondola a couple weeks ago. So she was heavy set and I was making jokes about her. So I can't, it would be rude if I were to say Bob Brenly's in the wrong, but then play a commercial break of me making fun of someone.
I don't know that we were making fun of her. We were pointing out that was part of the story. I don't know. This has rubbed some people the wrong way.
I can understand why it is, but this doesn't, he shouldn't have said it. You just don't comment on players' appearances, just common knowledge, common sense. You just don't do it.
If this was a one-off, And we just go by the boards very
no one
quickly.
would notice.
The fact is, it's not a one-off. With Bob
Yeah,
Brenly.
that people are looking for him to make a mistake, and they will jump on mistakes.
I'm surprised there hasn't been a bigger outcry because we had to dig this out to make sure this happened. More Gwynn and Chris is coming up. When we come back, Tony is at the stadium, which is a good thing because you got a bunch of questions in our Padres pen pals. That's next.
And now, the challenger, representing the San Diego Padres, number 20, Kyle Higashioka. Just 1 minute remaining. 4 in a row now. It's out of here. That one up into the monster seat. Another home run. And that ends the round. He ends the round with 7 home runs. And he has earned a trip to the semifinal matchup. Now the challenger is a semifinal matchup. Number 20, Kyle Higashioka. No doubt about that one. That one carried on to Lansdowne. That one is gone. He now has bonus time. Just 1 minute remaining. No question about that one. And half it up to put up in the championship matchup. And that ends the round. Finishes. Let's see what he can do. And now, the challenger in this championship round, Kyle Higashioka. That one carried on to Lansdowne. And he's earned 30 seconds of bonus time. Another home run. Just 1 minute remaining. That draw off the right pole. There's a home run. 30 seconds left. Another home run. Into the short corner. And now, the challenger, representing the San Diego Padres, number 20, Kyle Higashioka. Just 1 minute remaining. Out of here. That one up into the monster seat.
All right, Chris Hello, Tony Gwynn Jr. in Seattle. T-Mobile Park, that's where Tony is. That's where the Padres are. They got the Mariners tonight at 6:40 p.m. I got one quick baseball story before we go to today's Padre Pen Pals guys. Good news, I guess, but a little eye-opening at the same time. Angels manager Ron Washington eyeing a return in 2026, saying today that he's recovering from quadruple bypass heart surgery.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That is serious.
First time he's addressed the health issues since he was sidelined in June. I think he's as good as he can be health-wise right now, but still has quite a bit of recovery ahead.
That is wild.
Best of luck
yeah,
to
seriously.
Ron Washington.
I can't
Quadruple
even imagine.
bypass. I didn't even know where
That's all 4 chambers, I think.
Yeah, there's a doctor out there listening somewhere who knows more than we do just how insane that operation must be. Like, I just hear it and I'm like, wow. But I can't imagine, right? You know what I mean? I can't come to grips with exactly what happens
Gosh,
there.
I'm reading it right here. The 4 of the heart's coronary arteries are blocked and need a detour to restore blood flow.
Whew. Man,
that's crazy.
Best of luck to Ron Washington.
Yeah,
all right.
That's crazy.
Padres take 2 of 3 over the Dodgers. Everyone should be in a good mood, right? Let's find out in today's Padres Pen Pals.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Got a few things that might slow you down this afternoon. For one, a collision on southbound 5 on or near the Imperial Avenue off-ramp. It's over to the left shoulder. Also southbound 163 before Kearneyville Road. Reports of some debris in middle lanes. Westbound 905 just before Picador, collision blocking lanes. Also, if you know anybody heading down that South 15, say from the Temecula area, North County, chances are they're going to be delayed because there is a brush fire before Deer Springs Road. Fire crews got that right lane blocked. Whole thing has got people at the single digits from Gopher Canyon. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's time to ask the experts, Padres fans.
I was hoping maybe you can bring a little insight into it.
Write us, tweet us, Facebook us, send a carrier pigeon for Chris. He thinks they're cute. Padres Pen Pals begins.
Hurt the pelota big time.
Now, 97.3 The Fan.
If you love Mediterranean food, you should try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla. For dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com. You know what Sam Levitt ate on the game I went to Wednesday of last week? I forgot to tell you, Chris.
Spiros.
Yes, he came back with a Horiatiki bowl, and he just shoveled it into his mouth.
I will also say that somebody asked him the next day when we were there on Friday, you and I.
Yeah?
Hey, what was that you were eating Wednesday night? It looked delicious. Sammy said, yeah, it was. It was Spiros.
Hey, Sammy Sammy is eating, man. He can get down.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
not messing around.
Well, in his position,
shoveling is how it looks most of the time.
Keep your hands and legs away from his mouth.
Right,
totally.
right.
I mean, he's a guy who probably has a 20-minute window to get food throughout the day.
I was just getting ready to say that's why. He's always like trying to squeeze a meal in somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
By the way, since we're talking press box stuff, congrats to Jeff Sanders of the UT.
Oh, yeah.
Who caught a foul ball
On
up
Friday
in the box
night, yeah.
Friday night, very similar to the one that I had caught earlier in the week.
The only problem
it happened
was
twice last week.
Yes, it did. Jeff Sanders calmly caught the ball. I was upset that everybody gave him a standing ovation and no one clapped for you.
Oh no, nobody clapped for me at all.
They gave him a standing ovation.
Did they? I wasn't in there when it happened. I just saw it from afar.
It was quite the spectacle.
I guess it's because they just expected me to make the catch.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Can of
I'm glad it
corn.
worked out. Glad
Yeah.
it worked out. Glad it didn't end up in a broken hand. Because
No.
that's how a lot of them end up.
No,
True that.
it was like one of those. It's weird because to get into the press box, as Chris said, you have to hit a pretty sharp foul ball at a right
That's
angle.
what I'm saying.
But
Dog.
this one is
those
like
ones are
high and slow, and somehow it comes in.
Yeah, both of the ones that went in were easy catches.
It's crazy.
Usually them bad boys is coming in there steaming.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'll never forget the time one came out my head, and I moved faster than I could ever move. All right, let's go back to Friday night, because I think you could say the game was decided by Mason Miller. On a scale of 1 to 10, Tony, how would you rank the Mason Miller pick at first base to complete the double play Friday night?
I mean, given that, listening to him talk about it, a 10. He first of all, Mason Miller is a huge human being. He's not small. So, like, doing that particular move when you don't ever do it at his size is not easy at all. And I'll tell you, he stuck his nose in there, man, and it came up with that pick. And it was the biggest play. It was probably one of the biggest plays of the game. I mean, that ball gets by him or anything like that, we got a different conversation happening that night.
Yeah.
But
sure.
instead, he picks it up. I mean, him getting over there, he was doing his job. He got there, and he got there quick enough to give himself time to actually set his feet to do it. If he gets there a hair late, that plays even harder because he's trying to find the bag and pull this ball out of the dirt. And so, yeah, I give it a 10, man. It was given the circumstance and when it happened, who it was, he gets a 10.
Chris, 1 to 10.
I said 10 at the time. No question. Really difficult play. And you can practice that all you want, but they don't. Yeah. Let's go back to spring training for a second. When you practice covering first, which I did a million times as a pitcher, you practice covering first and getting throws from a first baseman. You don't practice covering first,
lobs.
Right? You don't practice first with some guy drilling the ball over to you from second base in the dirt like that. So, I mean, I doubt he'd ever even had to try and do that before. And just to add to it, everything Tony said, one more thing, because there was a runner coming to third base, the catcher, Fermin, could not back that play up. He had to stay at home. So, as Tony said, if the ball kicked away even a little bit, it would have been a tie game. So, I mean, everything was on the line on that pickup, and he came through. That was great.
He did. It was awesome. Did you guys see the umpire shake his head after Mike Schultz challenged and was like upset that he was
Chris Guccione?
Can we? Here's the deal. We don't know that that's what he was shaking his head
That's
at. The
true.
camera just happened to pan over. I'm almost positive one of our players said something to him about missing the call in the first place.
Oh, that makes more
which
sense.
is why he was like, whatever
Man,
the face
internet,
he made.
the internet can create
Dude,
some great narratives.
Tell me about it. It is a narrative farming place for sure.
It really is, because I honestly didn't see it, and so then I watched the replay and I was like, oh yeah, he's really
The way
angry.
if you're watching the game, the way that it is cut, right? I understand why people immediately went to that, because obviously the challenge happens and then they pan to Chris Guccione and he's like shaking his head in frustration. But if you notice, he's looking towards his right. I think it's probably because somebody said something about missing the call.
Okay, that makes
You know
a
what I'm
lot
saying?
more sense. That makes a lot more sense.
I'll also say that that's the way replay was intended.
Yeah,
right?
quick,
even
too.
for somebody,
100%.
even for somebody like myself who wishes they didn't have it. I was really glad they had it at that moment.
It was
in time.
so quick. It was so quick.
So, yeah.
All
Well
right, Chris, you're going to be up first on this one. Coming into the season, this is actually one conversation I had over the weekend. Coming into the season, the expectations for the Padres was to make the playoffs in one of the wild card spots. It seems like some have changed their expectations now that they're tied for first place with 31 games to go. So, Chris, is it fair for fans to move the goalpost throughout a season?
Of course. I mean, look, teams' predictions are just that at the beginning of the season. I don't think too many Brewer fans were making World Series plans. They have a right to be thinking about it now. Their team has the best record in baseball by a wide margin.
But is their expectation as a Brewer fan now that they have to win the World Series?
No, but I think that you want to believe that they can make the World Series, just like I think a Padre fan wants to believe they can win this division now. And hopefully, it's still going to be really tough because, win the division, you're also going to have to try to catch the Phillies if you want to get a bye. But, those are things you want to go for. I think here's the other thing that I was thinking about, and Tony's thoughts on this. Right now, both the Dodgers and Padres have 74 wins. If the winner, let's say the winner goes 20-11 down the stretch, which would be a pretty good record.
Yeah, 94 wins.
That'd be 94 wins. I think we all thought the Padres were kind of capable of 94 at the beginning of the season. I don't think anybody thought the Dodgers would be as low as 94. So, you know what I mean?
Weren't.
The Padres are kind of having a season like maybe we thought. But the fact that the Dodgers have reeled back to the pack has, it's changed expectations.
Tony, is it fair for
Great
fans
point.
to move the goalposts throughout a season?
When you look at it like Chris just explained it, it makes some sense. I think I don't know that it's moving the goalposts per se. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a difference between thinking, you know what, Padres will get in as a wild card this year. It'd be tough to win the division. And then all of a sudden, as Chris said, the Dodgers aren't quite living up to the expectation that everybody had put before them and that they created themselves, if we're being fair. And now kind of changing based off of that. I think that's different than those who were like, man, the Padres are going to suck this year, da-da-da-da-da. It's a little bit different for those cats. But I think for the most part, I think everybody in spring training thought the Padres were a playoff team.
Yeah.
I don't think very many people thought differently. And the fact that the Dodgers, haven't been able to live up to what everybody thought they were going to do has changed the kind of the outlook of where the Padres are. But Chris brings up a good point. I think we thought 94 wins would be a good year for the Padres and that they were something that was capable of doing. They're in range to be able to do that.
All right. I was going to click a button, but we don't have a button to click, so I come back to you guys. Fernando Tatis Jr. earlier today had the play of the week for his robbery against the Giants, a home run robbery. We saw Ramon Laureano rob a home run yesterday. We'll get to that in just 1 second. But the question for you, Tony, is Fernando Tatis Jr. the best right fielder in baseball?
Yes. I can't think of a better one. Certainly not defensively. He's doing a lot of good things right now, and that's despite, however many days it's been, as Chris pointed out at some point this weekend about how many games he's gone. He's doing his job. His job is in that leadoff spot is to find a way to get on base. He's doing that at a higher clip than he's ever done it in his entire career outside of the 82-game season he had his rookie way. I think in a perfect world, he'd be able to provide both, but he's not, and he's adapting to it. And so, yeah, man, the defense has been a thing that it seems like he's been dialed in on even more. And I don't know if it's because of that, but he certainly has made some unbelievable plays. I think he's the best right fielder in baseball.
Chris?
I think that'll probably be how it, ends up, that he's the best. He'll probably get the Gold Glove again. And he's been, we get to watch him every day. We don't watch other right fielders every day. I will say this, something I think I'm pretty sure about. The catch he made to take away the home run last week against the Giants. I don't think any other right fielder could have done that. He jumped so high.
He did.
And he stayed up there.
I don't think people
for
appreciate
so long.
how tall that wall is in right field.
That wall
he was
is
over
not,
the wall.
Yeah. No, that
By
was
a good stretch, too.
Yeah. No, the only other athlete I think who makes that play that's played right field in the past is Michael Jordan. Because he might have been able to get the hang time.
Did he really play right field?
I think he did. He probably would have dropped the ball, but he could have got up there. You know what I mean? Fernando's athleticism is so incredible, and it's great when it's on display like that.
Yeah, and I think he walked 5 times in the series. That's a lot of walk. Yeah, he's been on a lot, so good for him.
Yeah, but then Arise hits into a double play and the inning ends.
Yes.
That's another discussion for another time.
All right, do we have time? I guess we quickly do this one, and then we'll get to the last one.
Okay.
Why do people, Chris, hate Luis Arise, and why does he choose a foot race instead of tossing it to the pitcher?
Well, that was honestly the question.
Yes.
I don't know that they hate it. Did they hate him for that? I mean, is he missing out because of that?
No. I think it's 2 separate questions. Why do people hate Luis Arise, and why does he choose a foot race instead of tossing it to the pitcher?
I'm pretty sure that every first baseman ever has been taught at some point along the line that if you don't have to make a throw, don't make one. Only something can go wrong there. So if you can beat him, that's the way to go. Now, most first basemen, I think, are comfortable enough. They just make the toss anyway. Rise is still maybe just more comfortable in racing over there. And as long as he makes it, I don't care how he gets the out.
All right.
Why do they hate him? That's we're going to need another segment for that.
Okay.
There's a long list of reasons, very few of which I agree with.
All right, Tony, why do people hate Luis Arise, and why does he choose a foot race instead of tossing it to the pitcher?
They don't. I don't know who they is. The small pack that do. Probably because he doesn't have the WRC plus that they're looking for, or he
OPS plus.
He doesn't do any of those things that they're looking for that they can just add and look at a list and go from there. The second question, in terms of why he doesn't flip, I think Chris is right. I think he had one go wrong in DC earlier, and unless he's not going to be, unless he thinks he's not getting there, he's going to take it. Funny thing is watching Nick Pivetta go over there, because for a long time Nick Pivetta just was baffled why he wasn't getting the ball, and now he just runs over there, and I don't think he expects to get it anymore. He just is running there to make sure that he's in his spot.
There was a close one, I think, on Saturday's game.
Yes, it was. Was it Ohtani? I think it was.
Yeah, Ohtani. That was close.
He steals a lot of bases.
But you know what? If you watch the slow-mo replay, there was no panic in Luis. Luis knew he had it the whole time. He just kind of hit the bag and kind of curled off.
I think Ohtani was faster than he expected him to be. He got there a little quicker.
I do like the scurry from Luis Arise from fielding the ball to first base.
Scurries.
All right, last one. Who's up first here? I think it's Tony. I want to talk about fans reaching out over the field for home run balls. Please don't do this, fans. You're going to ruin it for the rest of us and move the front row back. Last week, it was at the expense of a Xander Bogaerts home run. Yesterday, a fan almost interfered with Laureano on that first inning catch. Here's a rules question. In this instance, would it have been better for the Padres if they did interfere? Would the Dodgers have been able to get the sac fly run? What's the rule on this, guys? Do you guys know?
Which one is this?
Yesterday's Laureano, if bases loaded, he robs Teoscar. If a fan did interfere, Teoscar is out. But do the Dodgers get the sac fly, or would they be held off?
Wait, if a fan interferes, they could rule it a grand slam.
They sure could.
That could be worse.
It's a discretionary. It's a discretionary rule.
But
there is no cut and dry.
If the fan hit the ball and the replay guy in New York, who I don't think we want to trust anymore,
but this goes against what happened to Xander Bogaerts. The fan didn't hit the ball and he got his home run taken away.
They said he did hit the ball.
They said he impeded
the view
him catching the ball. Right. So
I talked to Mike Winters at length about this last week.
I did too.
He was still hanging over the field of play, which is deemed interfering.
That's
at
what
that
Mike
point.
Winters did say.
In Laureano's play, I watched. No fan was over that fence. They might have been like getting ready to try to catch it, but they were all behind the wall.
Okay, so All right. Well, that question is moot.
No, but I think the question also is, are they ever going to move the fans back
Yes,
away
the
from the
answer is-
wall?
Well, I don't know.
And the answer is, let's
Big
not
price
do that.
Tickets right there.
Let's not do
No,
that.
no shot. They want that bad boy. That's how they get. You can charge a little bit
Take a
more.
whole row of
close.
tickets out that cost $112 a piece. I don't think they're going to do that.
It's just like the NBA. You think they're gonna, as small as that floor is, you think they're gonna take away some of the courtside seats? No shot.
I mean, this just really goes all the way back to the Bartman thing, which is
yeah.
a long time ago now, but I still believe Bartman did what almost everybody would do,
100%,
which is reach
100%.
for a ball.
But
It's a natural
it is.
thing to do. So, it's part of the game. I have no problem with. The only time I've ever seen it completely destroyedly, terribly messed up was the Yankee one when Jeffrey Mayer, the Yankee fan, reached over on the home run and against the Orioles in the playoffs a long time ago.
Tony Tarasco in right field.
And Derek Jeter got credit for the home run. But I don't think they had replay in those days. I think they just called it based on what they thought
they had
saw.
replay, but they weren't using it for that.
Right.
All right, that's it for Padres Pen Pals. When we get back, Chris versus the fans, 833-288-0973.
Padres Mariners today.
No doubter, Jackson
I
Merrill.
actually got in trouble once when I worked at the bank for looking up a celebrity, and it was totally wrong on my part. Totally wrong.
Looking up their account number?
Just I searched their name in the account system, and
What is wrong with you?
I was like 19.
You'd be better off.
You would
You'd be better off admitting that you wore your underwear inside out. Frankly,
This guy is just searching up people's accounts.
It only happened that one time because I got caught.
How did you get caught?
The account was flagged, and anybody taking a look at it gets logged, and so I got called into the boss's office like 3 days
What
later.
did that come? I'm sorry, I gotta ask, but no, we're supposed to be doing this preview. What did that conversation? How did it go?
Well,
why were you looking up Paris Hilton? Is that who it was?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh my god!
I can neither confirm. That's really funny, Chris, that you just yelled out that name out of all names.
No.
But I walked in, I got called into the office, and I sat down,
gosh.
and all my boss, I loved her. She was great. Her name was Sharon. Amazing boss. She just slid the piece of paper in front of me.
You knew
Said,
what
"Did
time
you
it was."
visit this account?" And I looked. Yeah. She was like, "We're gonna have to write you up for this, and if you do it again, we're gonna have to fire you." And I said, "I'll never do it again." And I got out of there as soon as possible. I took everything, but it was not good. Not good.
Just curiosity, huh? He's like, I wonder how much they have in their account.
Yeah. I mean, before I got caught, I did look up athletes. And,
Oh my god! I'm so glad you're sitting in this seat now.
Yes, I'm so happy you're not doing any job that can be dangerous to people's futures.
this was in the first year that I was there. I learned my lesson
I,
thoroughly.
Chris, as I said, as soon as they walked in, they was like,
yeah,
that's our
window.
guy right there.
That's our window.
We're gonna take him down.
Yep.
Just lucky I didn't get caught for like. I can't even say. I'll tell you guys off break whose account I saw and how much money they had sitting in their checking account.
And this was how long ago, too, by the way?
2009, 10. Way before I became a good person.
Didn't Bank America end up getting in trouble, or was that? It was one of those banks got in trouble.
All of them get in trouble for selling information, but
I heard folks like you.
I wasn't selling any information. I was just wanting to see what was going on.
Curious.
I didn't check their account activity, which I could have been like, oh, they bought this here. I'm going to go up there. I'm not that creepy.
Well, that's stock.
Oh yeah, you're not that bad.
I'm not that creepy.
This is amazing, by the way. We're supposed to be doing.
How are we supposed to do baseball picks under
I
these
don't think we can
circumstances?
anymore. I think we gotta push it. You guys never did it? Well, I mean,
no, Scrappy, we didn't. We didn't
Really? Okay. Like you work at a bank, you're looking at people's account information?
That's
unbelievable.
It only happened for a little bit, and then I got in
Only
trouble.
for a little bit.
I can't stop laughing at this because it is quite hilarious, Scrappy.
But you were saying that I may have gotten robbed or whatever. I actually did get robbed when I worked in San Francisco, and they're called quick change artists.
How long did you work in the banking industry?
8 years. I was a teller supervisor when I finished. I was also the merchant teller, which took in around $150,000 in cash a day. Guess what? Always balanced at the end of the day.
Yeah, I bet.
But there was a guy who walked in. He had about $5,000 in hundreds, and he handed it to me. He said, "Can I get 50s for these?" And I said, it's pretty annoying that he wants
$5,000 in hundreds.
In hundreds, and he wanted $5,000 in 50s. He just wanted 50s instead of hundreds. So I had to go get it from the vault. I come back. I'm starting to count it out, and then he's like starting to ask me questions as I'm counting it out.
He's trying to
and then
what did I tell you, Chris? This is what I'm talking about.
That window right there.
Hey, this guy was so good that no one saw it coming. But so when I started getting mad at him because I counted out the 50s, he goes, "What are you doing? I asked for 20s." And I'm like, "What? You did not ask for 20s. You asked for 50s, bro." Yeah. I had to go to the vault to get those 50s. And as I was getting all mad and talking to my boss, he took the cash off the counter and put it into this folder that he had on the thing that
the original 5,000 in hundreds.
Yeah, well, he kept going like that, and then I was so mad, I just grabbed it and I threw it in my drawer. And then he was like, "You know what? I'm out of here." And he walked out. And then at the end of the day, $3,000.
He got an extra 3 on you.
$3,000. Yeah, he got $3,000.
The thing about criminals like that, they can sniff out a mark really easy.
I'm not a mark.
You are 1,000%.
I was actually the bank's
dog. They got you for 3 extra.
And that's the only time in my 8 years that I ever had anything happen like that.
I'm sure there are people who've been there 8 years that never had 0 taken.
Scrape, I got a 20 here. Can I get 5 5s, please?
I hate you guys.
Let's get to
that was one of the worst moments of my life, but you know what? It taught me a lot. Never trust anyone ever again.
You know what? You definitely have learned because you don't trust very many people.
I don't trust anyone anymore.
You are.
I actually got in trouble once when I worked at the bank for looking up a celebrity, and it was totally wrong on my part. Totally wrong.
Looking up their night in Peoria, Arizona. Their 2 beloved squads are going head to head tonight. Welcome into Gwynn and Chris, hour number 3. Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr. is in Seattle. That's where the Padres play the Mariners tonight. Yes, the 2 teams that share the Peoria Sports Complex. Head-to-head this evening in the series.
What are you talking about?
The Padres and the Mariners share the Peoria Sports Complex.
Oh, I thought you said there were play. Never mind.
Okay. So the fans in Peoria are going to be in a tizzy because people who live in Peoria tend to root for either the Padres or the Mariners.
Now I get it.
Okay. Playing each other tonight. And there's a lot at stake. The Padres begin play tied with the Dodgers for first place in the NL West. The Mariners are 2 games back of the Astros in the AL West. Both situations, by the way, appear like the teams are going to make the postseason. Mm-hmm. Like the Padres right now are 6 games clear of the Reds.
Yeah.
So the Padres with 31 games to go would have to have quite a collapse to miss the playoffs entirely. I bring this up because the way it stands to me right now, Scraby, and this is going to change hopefully over the next 5 weeks. The way it stands right now in the National League, as I look ahead to the playoffs, I see Milwaukee getting the number 1 seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of there at the moment.
They're starting to come back to earth a little bit.
All right, they're coming back to earth a little bit, but let me just see. I mean, overall, they've got a still 4.5 game lead over the Phillies. That's a pretty comfortable margin. You're right, not unassailable.
31 games. I think they could lose that if they played bad.
At the moment, the Brewers are number 1. The Phillies are number 2 because the Phillies are 2.5 games clear of both the Dodgers and Padres. What does that mean? At the moment, what it means is that the winner of the West between the Dodgers and Padres is going to be the number 3 seed. They're not going to get a bye unless you win the West and pass the Phillies. So if you get the bye, you're going to be the 3 seed. Well, right now, the clear 6 seed in the National League is the Mets.
Who have been playing terrible.
They've been playing terrible, but they could turn it around and play well.
They can. They can.
So as it stands right now, you win the division, you're going to get the Mets. You lose the division. The way it stands now, you'd be the 5 seed and have to go to Wrigley for the weekend to play the Cubs. That's how it stands as of right now. It'll go back and forth. But to me, the division's a big deal, but I'm keeping an extra eye on the Phillies. That's the one I want to get so that the Padres can get the first round bye. By the way, we should congratulate, before we go into the Chris versus the fans, the Chrome. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
SDFC wraps up a playoff berth in the MLS. They probably didn't do it the way they really hoped, Scrape.
With a 0-0.
The old 0-0 tie Saturday night or draw against Portland. But it is enough to keep them atop the West and clinch a playoff spot. They're the first team. I love the way they word this. They're not the first team to clinch a postseason berth. They're the first team to confirm their postseason berth.
Everything in soccer is so official.
Right? They got another little word for it. I like that.
They are confirmed for the playoffs.
That's right. SDFC is confirmed for the playoffs. They don't have the top spot, though, in the race for the Supporters' Shield. Philadelphia has moved 1 point past them for the best overall record. But nevertheless, credible achievement by SDFC in the expansion season. And they still have 6 games to go, right? They've clinched it with a long way to go. So pretty impressive run that they've had. And
that's a long time to sit on a playoff spot.
Well, they still have other things they're chasing, like
of course,
the best overall record. And the winner of that gets the Supporters' Shield.
Brandon says, can we remember confirm next month when the Padres hopefully do that?
I know. I love that, Brand. The Padres have confirmed their playoff positioning.
I do love that. And then you got the table for the standings. We've learned so many new words.
The table is your standings. When you have games coming up, those are fixtures. Yeah.
The home team is not on the right side. It's on the left side.
The home team is right. The home team is...
When they list the 2 teams playing, the home team is on the left side.
They list the home team first, and then they list the visiting team. I love the fixtures, and yes, you mentioned the table. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff. All right. Everybody's ready to roll for a little round of Chris versus the fans. Let's do trivia, Scraby. See if I've got any dumber over the weekend. A lot of people thought I have.
Possibly.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
Our guy Brandon is rolling right now. Padres are tied with the Dodgers at the top of the NL West table, and they have a fixture with the Mariners tonight.
Yes, they do, and a few more victories, and they will confirm their playoff spot.
I love it. We're going to have to say that.
Yeah.
When the Padres
we got to try to remember. I don't know if we will.
All right. I'll do my best.
Yes.
The prize is... I just had to pull it up. There it is. You will be qualified for a grand prize, 2-night stay at Resorts World Las Vegas, plus VIP admission to IU Day Club and $175 food and beverage credit. Celebrate summer with a 2-night stay at Resorts World Las Vegas. Dine poolside at one of the 5 unique pool experiences in the 5.5-acre pool complex, the largest elevated pool deck on the Las Vegas Strip, and experience IU Day Club, a stunning oasis inspired by the idyllic islands of Southeast Asia, where the ultimate party concepts transform the weekend into a never-ending summer. Special summer rates available now at rwlasvegas.com, now offering no resorts fees and complimentary parking. The rules: you have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get the question wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you'll get that question for free today.
Who is the Padre that the fans seem to dislike the most right now? I'm going to tell you in the next segment after we do Chris versus the fans.
Ask that question again.
I said, who is the Padre, for whatever reason, fans seem to dislike the most right now?
Bryce Johnson.
It's not him, and I'm going to answer it in the next segment after we play Chris versus the fans.
All right, let's go. Whoop, I just turned off my mic. Let's go to Brendan in Lakeside. Hello, Brendan.
Hi, Brendan.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Pretty good, sir. Pretty good.
You ready to play?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Let's see. What state does LeBron James call home?
Like now?
No, just like
It's like
where's he
originally
from? Where's he from?
Yeah, okay.
LeBron James. But I'll say Cleveland.
Cleveland.
What
It's
state?
not a state, but we'll give you another shot. What state is Cleveland in?
Oh, Ohio.
There we
I was
go.
gonna say,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we need to go back to geography.
It happens sometimes.
It
Yes.
does.
You think
And
you hear something.
Being on the
different.
radio is not that easy.
Okay.
Here we go.
It's a win. He moves on.
What Padres pitcher got the win the night the Dodgers punted and pitched Kike Hernandez?
It was a long time ago.
I'll say you, Darvish.
You, Darvish. Unfortunately, I think he was still on the IL.
Yeah, I don't even think that. Yeah, I'd give you the good guess note if I could, but I don't think I can give it to you because he wasn't even there. I think Cease pitched that night. Got the support. One of his better games.
Sorry, Brendan.
By the way. Sorry, Brendan. Appreciate it, Brendan. Appreciate you
It
playing.
was one of
though.
his better games, but he did have like an 11-run lead. So
Cease is pitching tomorrow in Seattle. I think so.
I think so too.
Keep in mind he'll be looking for his first win on the road all year. That's just
That is
a
wild.
weird stat.
All right, let's go to Juan.
Juan.
Hello, Juan. Juan.
Yo,
Juan.
what's up?
You ready to play?
We're happy to have you on. That's what's up, Juan. We're happy to have
Thank
you
you,
with
Chris.
us.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, here we go, Juan. Question numero uno. In what sport is the ball sometimes referred to as the pigskin?
I would say football.
He's gonna go with
Football
football.
is
He's got it.
correct. Did they used to make it out of a pigskin? I think they did.
I don't know if they ever really did. I know they used to call baseballs the horse hide or the cow
Cowhide.
Yeah, I don't know that they ever did that either. I'm
mean,
not sure.
do you think that cow who passed away was like, I want to become a baseball one day?
The ones that already had red stitches on their side did.
Okay. They just put the stitches on them before. And then they stuffed it with like
That's right.
sticks.
There you go.
All right. Question number 2. Which big sports university is located in Lansing, Michigan?
Not bad. I like that question. Although not really too many answers.
Run it by me one more time. Sorry.
Which big sports university is located in Lansing, Michigan?
Is that the University of Michigan?
I'm
It is
sorry.
not. Michigan State is there.
Spartans.
Michigan is in Ann Arbor.
Ann Arbor.
Yes, which
Sorry
is just
about
outside
that.
of Detroit.
It is.
All right.
All right, let's go to our. You give me a number.
Kind of like number 2. Gerard.
Is this Gerard? I never got to screen the name.
I don't know. It
Yeah,
says
you're right.
It
Oh,
is Gerard. Okay, we got you.
nice. All right,
Good.
Gerard, are you ready to play?
Yeah, guys. I'm a first time player.
I love
it. I like
love
Gerard's energy. Here we go, Gerard.
All right, you're on to question 2.
number 2.
Good luck, sir. Here we go.
Where is the College Football Hall of Fame located?
Tough.
The
Question.
College Football Hall of Fame is located in Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
Whoa, and he didn't even hesitate.
No, I
Well
had no
done,
idea.
Gerard. I didn't either. I was just going to throw out a guess.
All right, here we
Very
go.
good.
Question number 3. You get this right or Chris gets
Yes.
it wrong. You're qualified for that trip to
Gerard,
Las Vegas.
Atlanta. Are you from Atlanta, or did you just kind of knew that one? I like it. Good job.
No, my wife's in training in Atlanta right now, so we were going to go, but we ran out of time.
All right. Well,
Wow.
okay. So it's one of those fortuitous coincidences. Very good.
That's pretty good.
And good luck to your wife training down there.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes. All right, final one. Before Nike was Nike, what was its original name?
Oh, man.
That was in the movie,
No,
wasn't
man, I
it?
don't know.
I think it was in that movie that I just saw, but that's a tough one. I think
Is
you're
it in
gonna
the 19movie?
be- I think
I don't know it.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Do you remember it, Chris?
No,
Stay there, though, Gerard.
I don't. But when I hear it, I'm going to be mad. I thought it was something to do with Oregon or nah, he was from Oregon. The Night Company. Phil Knight. I don't know. I don't remember.
It's actually kind of lame, gotta say.
Wasn't
Blue Ribbon Sports.
Okay.
Is what
That's
so,
lame.
Yes.
But you know what? I heard that. I think it was in the movie.
Gerard,
Hey, good for
stay
you, Gerard.
there.
Good start. Congratulations. Hopefully, when your wife gets back from training in Atlanta, you'll be able to take her to Las Vegas. Stay on the line. Scrabe, you'll get your info.
Oh, wow. Clinton on the chat got it. That's pretty good.
All right, very good out there on the chat. We'll take a break. Okay, when we return, I got it for you. For some reason, there's a lot of angst around the Padres right now, even though they're in first place. But one player seems to be taking more heat than anyone else. I'll tell you who and whether they should be taking that heat after we check traffic on Gwynn and Chris. just welcome myself back because the microphone wasn't on. Welcome back, Gwynn and Chris.
Hi.
Padres Mariners tonight. Big dumper. Going for home run number 50. If he can get it tonight. Padres will try to keep him from it. I just called up the starting lineups, and for some reason they gave me the starting lineups for Saturday. So,
well, that is what baseballlineups.com does. So
why would they do that?
I don't know. It's your website.
It's not the one. I'm trying to find whatever. You're such a hater. Such a hater. All right. You tell me, is Cal Raleigh catching tonight, or are they giving him the night off so that he can DH?
I am going to look.
You can't find it either.
No, I'm right here. I just need to click on the game day on MLB.com, and Cal Raleigh is DHing. Yes.
Okay. Game time 6:40. Sam Levitt pregame 5:40. J.P. Sears has lost each of his last 6 starts against the Mariners. So I guess Mike Schultz should take him out of the rotation for tonight.
I mean,
as that was the reasoning given by all the complainers yesterday. Can't bring Estrada in because he's bad against the Dodgers. Same thing, I guess, for J.P. Sears. We'll find out tonight. The fans, again, I don't even get why anybody would even be unhappy in the first place.
Well, here's
the season is going so well. The team is doing so well.
Here's something from the chat. Brock said this, and we can dive into this later.
Okay.
The problem with SD Media, quote, why are you complaining? They fail to realize this is how fans act across all teams that pay all stars and expect to win. The expectations are high. The problem with that argument, Brock, is that they are winning. If they were under 500, we would be having a completely different conversation.
Seems like they're winning. I mean, they're tied for first place. I think by Brock's argument, the only way that the fans wouldn't have a right to complain is if the Padres were undefeated, which is kind of silly.
I guess they could. We'll talk about it later.
All right. Luis Arise.
Oh, you did do it. It was Luis Arise.
For those people who are expecting. Yeah, he's the one everybody seems to hate the most right now.
He's in the crosshairs for sure.
It's incredible. I've even seen stuff that says, why is he batting second? He's the 10th best hitter on the team. I don't know what metric everyone's using, but everyone can find whatever metric suits their argument. I find it hard I just find it hard off the top to call a 3-time batting champ who has won 3 in a row the 10th best hitter on the team. If you don't want to say he's the best hitter on the team, I get it. If he's not top 2 or 3 in your mind, fine. Hard to believe he's the 10th best. Arise is not having a great for him season, sitting 285, about 40 points below his career. Luis Arise, although does have, and I'm just giving you some numbers here. You decide. If you don't like him, you think he should move down in the order, fine. Mike Schultz obviously doesn't because he keeps batting him second. And that's what the Padres have, decided to do. But yeah, his batting average is down. His walks are more already this year than last year. His RBIs are already more this year than all of last year. So those 2 categories are improved. But let me just leave you with this. I'm not making a case for the guy. Just giving you the facts. Don't shoot the messenger, although I'm sure you'll try to.
I will.
They put this stat up yesterday or 2 days ago on the telecast, and I was like, that can't be right. So you and I spent a little while looking this up during the show. And here's what we found. In the last 55 years of baseball, so that takes us back to
I can't do the math.
I know, I can't either. I'm not doing it very well.
1970.
Takes us back quite a ways. Pretty much when the Padres came into being, 1969, 1970. Since then, the highest career batting average of any player with runners in scoring position as of the beginning of this year was Tony's dad. 349 career batting average with runners in scoring position. And Tony's dad, the greatest clutch hitter ever, according to this statistic. Now, again, you can put whatever stat you want on it, but batting average with runners in scoring position, nobody's ever been better than Tony Gwynn. Behind him, Rod Carew, another pretty good hitter. I think he won 7 batting titles. Other guys in the top 10, Joe Mauer, Miguel Cabrera, Manny Ramirez, Paul Molitor, Wade Boggs, Todd Helton, and Kirby Puckett. I think they're all in the Hall of Fame. Every single guy I just named, except Manny, because I think of the PED thing. I think every other guy there is in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Manny Machado.
No, Manny Ramirez.
Yes.
So you got Gwynn, Carew, Mauer, Cabrera, Molitor, Boggs, Helton, Puckett. I think they're all in the Hall of Fame. Those are the highest career batting averages with runners in scoring position. Except now there's one player that has passed them all. Tony Gwynn Sr.'s career batting average with runners in scoring position. You can look it up, baseballreference.com. His career batting average, RISP, Tony Gwynn, 349. Luis Arraez, 350.
Whoa.
Now, I know it's close, but the point is, Luis Arraez, the guy that you would, of all the players on the Padres, most of you, many of you, probably the guy you'd least want to be batting, right? In a crucial situation, because many of you think he, is not good at all. He has the highest career batting average of any player ever with runners in scoring position. I just think that's kind of ironic. I do.
That's very surprising.
That's all I'm saying.
I think what they I think Luis Arraez has played some good defense this year. I think his
better.
We talked about it before the year. If he hits 320, he's okay.
Yeah,
but
280 is not enough for him.
280 is not enough for him.
Agreed.
And I think the other thing is when you look at the outs above average, which I do pay attention to.
Okay.
At first base, Ryan O'Hearn has a 7, which he is tied at the top of baseball.
Defensively?
Defensively.
Okay.
Now Luis Arraez is not near that.
No,
he's
not.
got a -6, which I don't understand.
One of the worst ever.
But
who's the other guy next to him that's just as bad in those rankings is Jake. And I don't find Jake to be a horrible defender either. But
see, I haven't seen Ryan O'Hearn play enough first base to know whether or not he's better.
That's a fair point.
But these numbers tell us that he's better. I think that's where the team may be going wrong, Chris.
You think that Arraez should be DHing more?
Yes. I think DH, drop him down a little bit, put Ryan O'Hearn at first base.
Drop him down, why? Why are we dropping him down? Just because, why?
Because I feel like Fernando is taking some of the brunt. Now I'm starting to believe that pitchers are pitching around Fernando to get to Arraez because he's not the same threat he once was. So that's maybe why there's more walks on Fernando's part. But yesterday I saw it. Fernando takes off in the first inning for second. Mm-hmm. Arraez swings at a pitch, fouls it off,
and you're just assuming he would have been safe.
No, you're right.
Been out.
But like.
Everything everything Arraez does right now is wrong in the minds of many fans.
I don't think.
I think that's true.
No.
I feel that way.
I feel like there is a way to maximize the lineup just a little bit more.
And maximizing for him would be 7th or 8th in the order. And put somebody else
would love to have Luis Arraez at the bottom of the order because then it helps you to get through the bottom of the order.
Okay.
I get that.
But
I don't have any.
Why? I'm not trying to argue. I'm just trying to bring up the other side. Why haven't the Padres thought this was a good idea? I mean, they spend every waking minute looking at this stuff. Do they not?
They do. And
I would think they do.
I always defer to the team because they do know more than any of us do because they have all the numbers. But when these numbers are hitting us in the face, like a 7 outs above average for Ryan O'Hearn and then a -6 for Luis Arraez, that seems like a drastic difference.
What is Jake's outs above average? Can you look it up?
Second base, yes.
Look it up. Because if you look that up, Jake should never see the field.
See, I don't. Yeah,
but I'm just saying, I don't know where they come up with these numbers. That's all I'm saying. I don't know where you come up with it. It's somebody's
I need
opinion
to look into that. But Jake Cronenworth is -1 outs above average.
Yeah, he's terrible.
27th among second basemen.
27th. He's terrible. He shouldn't ever see the field, according to some metrics. I don't know. I watch the games. They hit a ball to his left. He dives. He gets it. He gets up and makes a spectacular play, and Tony puts the star thing out. What do you want? I mean, that's all I'm seeing. But you're telling me, wow, the outs above average. Well, okay, but what is that? It's like when you give me the WAR stat. I go, okay, his WAR is terrible, but what really is it? the war tells me Fernando's way better than Manny this year. He's not.
Yeah,
and not by any argument would he be.
Yeah, I agree. These stats can be misleading at times.
I think they can.
Because you're looking at probabilities too in these things.
We'll see. I just know a lot of people. It's a big discussion right now. It really, truly is. That Arise should be out of the way. He's mucking up the lineup. He's swinging at pitches that is costing Fernando steals. They're pitching around Fernando now. They're walking him because they know Arise is an automatic out. I just can't believe the Padres aren't seeing that too.
I think that Nate has a good point. Chris is fighting the metrics, not the opinion.
I don't know. I am kind of fighting the. Well, I'm fighting.
I was
the
trying to help you there.
No. I know what they're saying. I'm fighting the metrics, but I'm fighting the metrics that are creating this opinion.
Correct. Yes, you're right. They are creating this opinion because if Ryan O'Hearn didn't have a 7, I don't think I honestly wouldn't value him. I don't have any idea how he plays defense.
When I first brought this up, I had nothing to do with O'Hearn or Arise playing first base. You can put O'Hearn there. It's fine with me.
I know that's the argument.
My discussion is really everything wrong with this lineup fall into the lap of Luis Arise.
No.
Seems to be kind of the case right now.
But we need more production out of the 2 spot. We need more production. This year, Luis Arise is not giving us what we need.
He has the most RBIs he's ever had. I mean, do you want to even we're past the break.
I know we have.
Do you want to even talk about the production you're getting in the leadoff spot? Because I want to know, are you happy with the brilliant 802 on base percentage of Fernando?
Isn't that the leadoff hitter's role is to get on base?
I guess. Are you okay that he hasn't homered in 131 plate appearances more than a month?
I think
Fernando
it's where
Tatis Jr. He used to be a threat. He used to be scare the daylights out of people.
I think it's where they are in the lineup. The
Okay,
leadoff
so if you
hitter
bat
is
leadoff-
traditionally not a power hitter.
Really? What's Ohtani?
Well, there's 2 guys in the league that are
What's
unicorns.
Roman Anthony? What is Schwarber?
They're
Teams are
unicorns.
putting their power guys right up front now. I don't know. Any argument you can make, I think I can make one as well.
And that's the beauty of this whole thing.
Back after,
I would like to say that Luis Arise is not. I don't think he's a liability at first base on a day in, day out basis. I don't want to take that away from him because he's played some good first base. Let's be honest.
The good news is, despite the Padres' utter stupidity in playing Arise and batting him second,
the way
they're
say
tied
things
for first
sometimes.
place in the NL West. It can't be all that bad.
And I am with you there.
Thank you. We'll take a break. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side. Collector. Get our big five in here as much as we can. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change. Got a few trouble spots here. One of them is this crash on southbound 805 before the King Freeway. Car and motorcycle involved. Got the left lane blocked. Also, two-car collision on southbound 163 before Kearney Villa Road. That's over to the right shoulder. And we're still looking at single-digit speeds in the North County, all due to this brush fire, southbound 15 before Deer Springs Road. Fire crews got that right lane blocked. Got you backed up all the way from Gopher Canyon. Before you hit the beach, the mountains, or even the 5 this Labor Day weekend, be road trip ready with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. No appointment needed. Stay in your car while they change your oil and check your tires, battery, and fluids. Coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. And Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, before we get into it, this hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples is hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 9/13 and save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples. All right, guys, I'm going to start with this, though, before we get into the questions. I am dealing with a loss, and it's my computer monitor. Didn't realize that I broke it on Friday, and I opened up my computer earlier today, and the entire left side of the screen is now dark. I can still read things, but something happened to my computer, and it's really bothering me, so I had to say it.
I just want to know, could it possibly be operator error?
It could be me not being careful enough with it. Yes, you're absolutely right.
Because you know this, Tony, if I opened up my computer and we were out at a promotion somewhere and I opened it up and half the screen was black, I would never hear the end of it.
Yeah, that's very true.
You don't know you don't know the buttons. You don't know how to work the thing.
What's wrong with you?
You're so old, Chris. You don't keep up with technology. He would say something crazy like that.
I get it all. So.
All right, now that I got that off my chest, we can go forward.
Number 5.
And we'll talk about Elias Diaz. He was once the everyday catcher for the Padres, but he's had his workload go from the majority of the time to about one time a week. And he was asked by Kevin Acee, or I actually don't know if it was Kevin Acee, but he was quoted as saying how much he looks forward to the Nick Pivetta starts, because that's when he does start. Quote, a lot. We have a good relationship, and that's my focus right now. I care a lot about Nick. I mean, I care about everybody, but right now it's my chance, so I enjoy it. I call it, quote, my day, end quote. It takes, a lot for a guy to look at things this positively, I think, after being replaced. So, Chris, you're up first. Does this tell you more about Diaz or the team culture?
Diaz. I think the team culture is good, and Gavin Sheets is another example of this, although he's playing right now because Jackson Merrill's hurt. Gavin Sheets was basically benched right in the middle of a hot streak. I mean, this guy's been helping carry the offense all year long, and basically, was sent down to be a pinch hitter only, and he did it, and he handled it with class, and he worked hard, and, when he got some chances, he came through, and I think there was somebody on this show who said about a month ago, it's about time Elias Diaz does something. I wonder if he'll have any more moments this year.
Oh, are you talking about me?
I'm talking about you.
Oh, I thought you were talking about yourself, because you're always like, he hit his one homer of the month.
You said he doesn't do anything. And then
I did not say that. It was
the very next day, I think he had a 2-run double to help them win a game.
And then I said, yes, that was a moment.
That was a moment, and yesterday certainly would have been a moment had the game not finished differently. He has two choices. He can either accept this role or complain about it, and he's taken the right approach.
I agree. Tony, does this tell you more about Diaz or team culture?
I would say both. I would say that you come to this organization at this time, at point in time, and you kind of have to kind of buy into what's happening because these guys are trying to win. And I think everybody in there is trying to win. So it is also a testament to Elias as well. I mean, he could have – every individual is going to have an opportunity to make it go one way or the other. And he's deciding, as we've seen Gavin do, as Chris pointed out, that they want to be a part of whatever's going to happen. And in order to give them the best chance to do that, you need everybody pulling the rope in the same direction.
I love stories like this.
I actually find it refreshing because we don't see it as much as we used to. Being somebody myself that had to accept sitting on the bench an awful lot in my life, and trying to do the best with it. It's nice to see somebody else do it and handle it well.
Yeah, at least one of us on this show knows what it's like to sit on the bench.
Right. You started every game. So.
Yeah,
that's two of us.
That's right. I don't think sitting on the bench at the major league level is the same.
It's still sitting on the bench,
no,
bro.
Not playing.
I sat on the bench too. So.
We all want to play. Players only love you when they're playing. Just ask Fleetwood Mac. It's a famous line from a song.
All right, I will next time I see Fleetwood.
Go ahead.
Number 4.
The Commanders and wide receiver Terry McLaurin agreed to a 3-year, $96 million extension this morning, ending his hold-in. The deal includes a $30 million signing bonus and allows them to retain their offensive player who has surpassed 1,000 yards for 5 consecutive seasons and made 2 Pro Bowls since being drafted in 2019. Now, we all think that he's worth this. So, Tony, my question is, with all the reporting on contracts and hold-ins and holdouts, is there a reason to report on these contract disputes when ultimately the team pays the player?
They don't always pay the player. My man out in Dallas,
Micah,
is not going to get paid for like the next 3 years probably. He's going to be on this year and then 2 franchise tags. And then he'll be able to get his money at that point. Yeah, man. Of course, I think you should be reporting on it. I think in some ways, I think both sides want you to report on it so they can get the, court of public opinion on their side, which all of a sudden has a little more value than it used to at this point. And so, I think it's kind of part of the whole song and dance, if you will. If player feels like he has outplayed his contract, he's going to hold out. And part of what helps push it at times is the fact that people are reporting on it. And, maybe public pressure starts to mount, or just maybe the fact that it helps, some owners realize, all right, maybe they already knew they were going to pay him from the jump. So
they were ready.
I think,
they were seeing how far he'd come down, maybe.
Right. It's a negotiation. And I think in today's day and age, that is the media is used as a part of the leverage for either side at times.
It is a tool. Chris, should they report on this stuff ultimately when the team pays the player?
Now, make no mistake. Agents in general call sports writers. They want to get the best for their client. And they want to get the word out there as to why their clients should get more, so that public opinion will be on the player's side.
Public opinion is a huge part of it.
I think it's part of it. And so agents call the media. And this is one of the ways that, the media kind of gets stories, I think. And the media is more than happy to report this stuff, especially when it's a high-profile player. I think it was interesting that you mentioned McLaurin in describing his, importance to the Commanders, talked about, which a lot of people do, that he's had 5 straight 1,000-yard receiving seasons, which averages out to about 60 yards a game. It really, a 1,000-yard season was something back when they played 14 games. Now they play 17 games. I think 1,000 is, kind of a different barometer now, but that's just stupid to play that there. That really is. There's absolutely doesn't go along at all with what I'm talking about.
Well, you did say back in my day when they played 14 games.
All I'm going to say is McLaurin is, this is a legit player, and I felt like the Commanders would figure it out, and he would figure it out just the way Cook did in Buffalo. And I know Tony said that not everybody gets paid. I think almost everybody does get paid unless they're completely unreasonable, which is what I think is happening with Parsons. So,
I think more people are impressed with Terry McLaurin because he's done 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons with guys like Tyler Heineke and Sam Howell. And
he's a good player.
He is.
We can all see he's a good player. Yeah.
All right. Let's get to the
I guess I should say that they don't get paid by the original team. Yeah, eventually they get paid, but
yeah.
They certainly have guys get traded or
Sometimes.
decide to.
No, you're right.
To move on for sure.
All right. Whoops!
By the way,
sorry.
Never mind. I'm gonna leave
Go
it
ahead.
alone.
What?
Go ahead. Nope. Go.
Okay.
What, do we have a halftime break there?
I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Shiloh Sanders was ejected from Saturday's Buccaneers-Bills preseason game for punching Zach Davidson, who was excessively blocking him. Tampa waived Sanders the next day, but his agents Drew Rosenhaus and Robert Bailey hope he'll be claimed on waivers. Now, the video of this is just the tight end is blocking him back. We see it all the time. But then the tight end, he took a swipe at him and tried to punch him. But then the tight end did you're too small type of thing, which really annoyed me. So I don't, blame Shiloh Sanders for this.
Dang it annoys Gravy.
I mean, it did. It was come on, bro. You're a preseason guy in the third game in whatever fourth quarter. Get over yourself, Mr. Bill's tight end. Chris, how much does this ejection hurt Shiloh's chances with another team?
I'd say 0. It wasn't the greatest look. I mean, coming on the day when you get released. But I don't know. This is football. These guys fight all the time out on the field, number one. Number two, Shiloh Sanders is going to make it in the NFL based on one thing and one thing only. And Tony knows this as well as anybody. Not going to make it based on his last name. It's not going to make it based on whether he can punch a guy. It's going to make it based on whether he can cover somebody at the NFL level. If you can do that, they will find a job for you.
Yeah.
Because there are not a lot of guys who can do it very well.
Yeah, that's true.
This isn't going to hurt him at all. It wasn't the best way to go out with this organization, but I think it was just coincidence, really.
I don't know how much truth there was to it, but I was reading that he was close to making the final roster, so maybe he's going to make it somewhere else. Tony, how much do you think this ejection hurt his chances with another team?
None. I agree with Chris. This is kind of par for course during the NFL preseason, especially when you're getting sunned by a dude who's bigger than you, just bullying you down the field. You got to stand your ground at some point. He just got caught.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, if they cut every guy that threw a punch in the NFL in practice or a preseason game, I don't think you'd be able to field teams, right?
Yeah, it would be enough.
Mike Vrabel would be suspended too because
you have
he's
not
in the middle of all those.
Mike McDaniel was in there trying to break one up earlier this year.
Did he break?
Mike McDaniel?
Yeah, he's so tiny.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how much into it he was, but the report was he went out there.
Oh, the report. So the reporters are pumping him up a little bit
right.
when he was standing off to the edges saying, "Don't do that." All right. Billionaire Terry Pegula, the owner of the Bills and the Sabres, isn't in good standing with some New Yorkers after a recent video of his yacht anchored in Newport, Rhode Island surfaced. It's a $100 million yacht, and it's causing some to complain about the $850 million that are being spent by taxpayers to build the new stadium. The 200-foot yacht, though, if you're curious, it was custom built, delivered in 2021, and it has designer interiors, Louis Vuitton and Gucci interiors. The yacht offers a glass-sided spa pool, sauna, gym, cinema lounge, and much more. The yacht is reportedly available to charter at around $500,000 per week. So, Tony, my question is this. Can people be mad at billionaires that are accepting taxpayer dollars to build a stadium they'll make money off of? I know that's a very specific question.
Did this go up for a vote in terms of the taxpayer money?
It did.
And did they vote for it?
And they did.
So
I think you're getting his answer.
No, these are the detractors to that vote.
No.
Well, wait, you lost.
Yeah, a lot of us vote on stuff.
You lost that vote. I'm pretty sure they knew that he had a yacht prior to voting for this. This isn't new information that their owner is filthy rich. Yeah, I don't think there's room to complain here. You voted for. You literally had a chance to go out there and garner enough support to say, nah, we not paying for it.
Yeah, you could have
Didn't
said
happen.
you could have said you're not paying for it and seen if the Bills left town. The Charger fans voted against everything, and their team left. I'm not sticking up for billionaires here. I'm saying what I've been saying in San Diego all along, Scrabian. I don't even think you've gone to me for an answer yet.
Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, thank you. I'm still riled up. What everybody's finding out is what we found out. There are enough cities out there that are going to be willing to vote yes and give money to billionaires so they can have an NFL team. So this is the cost of playing poker. This is what you've got to ante. And that is you're going to have to put some taxpayer dollars in, because if the Bills yacht owner didn't get it there, there's plenty of other places that would give it to him. So, back to the vote, you lost. So, I mean,
but isn't that kind of blackmail by the owner?
Well, I don't think
you voted for it.
I don't think it's
at least if San Diego's decided that they didn't want to vote for it and they didn't, and whatever the ones that popped up, they're cool with this at this point, right? So in Buffalo, you got the opposite thing happen. Those people actually voted, and so we may be sitting here having a discussion from the people that lost, that are the loudest voices right now.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, they lost. There was a vote. Like, you literally had a chance to be like, nah, this ain't for us.
I mean, is it really blackmail?
And it didn't work.
Yeah, is it really blackmail if the NFL puts a game on pay-per-view, like, say, a playoff game between Kansas City and Miami?
Pay-per-view, though. It's not pay-per-view.
It was pay-per-view. You had to sign up for a service just to watch it.
That's not pay-per-view.
Is it blackmail if 18 million people sign up to watch the game? I mean, they held it over us. They said, you want to watch a playoff game, you're going to have to join Peacock. We all did it.
It's more the scare tactic of the billionaire saying, I'm going to move your team if you don't approve.
I never even heard him say he was going to move the team. Did you?
They were talking. They were doing that floating.
I feel like, yeah, you know how they do that thing where, we got some takers.
We've been talking to other cities.
I think I read that they did that at some point.
You know what, Scravy? You would have done what the Charger fans did, which is not ponied up and lost your team.
What are you talking about?
The Charger fans said we're not going to be.
Oh, I know.
We're not going to be controlled by a rich, greedy owner. Fine, we lost our team. Was it worth it?
No, it wasn't.
I don't know. Some
Tony,
people
what were you
probably
gonna
think it is.
I wasn't saying anything. I was just trying not to die over here coughing.
Yeah, Tony's not feeling the best.
Yeah,
but he's powering through it.
It's been a game.
I feel great. It's just my throat is jacked up. I was coughing for like a week and a half, so maybe my
that's
unfortunate.
This is one of the issues with this particular
is Tony gonna have
line
to go
of
on,
employment.
Is Tony going to have to go on the voice IL?
You know what, Tony? Have a bag of crackers. That'll clean it up for you in a hurry.
I could just see the dust just.
That wouldn't work.
The New Orleans Saints released veteran running back Cam Akers. The Saints announced today he was drafted in 2020 as a second-round pick, and he's bounced around the league a little bit after finding some success in Los Angeles. But he was released as a part of 14 transactions the Saints made ahead of tomorrow's roster cut deadline. Akers wrote on X, NFL's a crazy place, adding a crying face emoji to his post. Here's the question, Chris. Your job is going to be translate the coach speak from Kellen Moore to English, okay? He said this about letting Akers go. Difficult one, because he's really good running back in this league. He can contribute for us. We just felt like the depth of that room. Kendre Miller did a phenomenal job. We have a number of other guys we feel like that can provide some roles. We'll finalize the rest of this running back group, but we feel like we have a really good group there. So what is Kellen Moore actually wanting to say here?
I mean, just leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, I had to.
Wants to say?
Yeah, I had to cut him because we had guys we think are better, and it's not because of him. I don't know. He's saying what every coach says in this situation. I think Cam Akers probably can still play. It was only a few years ago that the Rams couldn't wait to get him back so that he could compete for them in the playoffs and the Super Bowl, a Super Bowl which they won, by the way. But Cam Akers is just the latest example of why these running backs, if there is any chance at all for them to hold out and get the bag, They got to get it, because the second you slow down half a second on your speed or a little bit on your toughness, they got the next guy to replace you. And, this is how it goes in the NFL for these guys.
The NFL. Tony, anything to add?
Yeah, man. Chris is spot on. This is why they do what they do. And this is a cold game when it comes to being a running back in the NFL. Cam had some injuries there that slowed him down, I'm sure. But
has he
yeah,
torn his Achilles twice?
Maybe.
I think he came back. I think he was like the fastest person
Yeah.
ever come back from an Achilles.
Yeah, it was insane time.
A lot of good that did him.
Right. That's yeah. I mean, that probably maybe wasn't a great idea.
All right. That's it for the Big Five. Thanks, guys. When we get back, Padres at Mariners. We'll get you set up for that game. This is going to be a big series this week, so we'll have fun with it when we get back on 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, Tony Gwynn Jr. here to tell you why SDCCU's free check.
Gavin Sheets is with us, and man, he's a big reason why the Padres have had the kind of season they've had so far. And I've said it many times. Where would we be without you, Gavin? I want to ask a little bit about left field. You have really impressed, a lot of people. I think from how far you've come in left field, and maybe the early games there was just a matter of kind of getting reacquainted with it out there. It's not easy. Balls are slicing. Balls are hit hard over your head.
Yeah.
I hope we can start laughing now. Is it long enough since the collision with the fence? But look, man.
Trust me, we're well past that. I think I'm in a couple different group chats, and I think that's the picture of me against the wall. So trust me, these guys did a lot. they didn't wait very long. I can promise you that.
I bet. Well, you're lucky. You're lucky that, because I've seen a lot of teams will go out there the next day and somebody will tape an outline of the player up against the fence where they ran it. I didn't see the Padres do that. But what I'm saying is. Go ahead.
I'm very happy we got to San Fran quickly.
Yeah, right. You got out of town.
That's right. We left right after.
That's what happened. But no, let's be serious, because left field, I think you've been great, and really done a nice job, made some really good catches out there. I think it seems to me that Schilt and the staff, are pretty comfortable with you out there. Where are you at in left field?
Yeah, I think that, no, you said it right. I think, in the beginning, getting out there just, because I had never really played left, and getting out there, 1 day a week, once every 2 weeks, that was tough. And, I knew that once they kind of gave me the keys to left field, I bought in and enjoyed it, took it as obviously a huge compliment to be thrown out there. And, and just put a lot of work out there. Macias and I, the outfield coach, we busted our butt out there, and kind of enjoyed the process of it, enjoyed growing as an outfielder, enjoyed the, just being able to help the team in many different ways. And, I think just buying in and putting in work out there. But you're right. I think I grew a lot out there from April and May to where we are now.
Gavin, I want to highlight something you kind of alluded to in one of your earlier answers. You said that your role might change. Talk a little bit about watching, as everybody else was last night, as all these deals are flurrying through. Talk about kind of recognizing that maybe your role changes a little bit, but also the excitement of acquiring all of this talent as you guys, focus on perhaps winning a World Series.
Yeah. Man, it was, I felt like a fan like everybody else yesterday, just watching along and seeing all the moves that were being made across the league. And, I think what we did yesterday just solidifies that everybody in the clubhouse has the same goal. Front office all the way down, ownership all the way down. And, obviously we bring in the players that we brought in. It makes this team extremely dangerous from top to bottom. And then you look at our pitching and our bullpen, and man, thank God I'm on this team, because coming to San Diego and getting potentially Mason Miller in the 5th inning, that's about as good as it gets. And, obviously I don't know what the role is going to be going forward. I don't know how we're going to, manage everything. Obviously that's way out of my control, but I do know that we all have the same goal in mind. And I think that it really showed yesterday that we're not messing around and we're going for it.
And you've kind of sent that message again, also, Gavin. I mean, the one thing I've been really impressed with, along with your growth in left field, is the hitting against left-handers. I don't know that they, you can look at numbers, et cetera. I think the team, the staff, they want to see you against some left-handed pitching, but I don't know that they expected a lot. And then you came in there and started tearing up left-handed pitching pretty good. So, I think you're going to get chances the next 2 months because of the way you performed. Just real quick for us, standing in the batter's box, what is your mindset, or is it any different against a lefty as opposed to a righty?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just is staying a little bit more opposite field gap oriented against lefties. I think that's what brought a lot of success for me, especially average wise. I think, obviously my damage is more against righties. But I think I might be hitting for a higher average against lefties. And that's
come into the happy hour. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris, Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr. wrapping things up with us there in Seattle and starting to bear down for tonight's broadcast with Jesse. Padres and the Mariners going at it. Our happy hour tonight brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball season is in full swing. So is swim season. Call GL Pools. Mention radio. That'll get you a free month of pool service. Venus Williams, not really looking that overmatched. She's 45 years old. Playing in the U.S. Open right now against the 11th rated player in the world, Karolina Muchova of Czech Republic. Muchova's got a set point here to win 6-3, but Venus has made her work for this. Like, it hasn't been a piece of cake.
No, not at all.
She's 45 years old. Well done, Venus.
If you're Muchova, you're like, I can't lose to a 45-year-old.
I know. Muchova's like, it's one thing if you were, kind of just another player on the tour, but Muchova's number 11 in the whole thing. Anyway, Muchova did win the first set 6-3 over Venus Williams there. Padres and the Mariners. JP Sears is throwing this out there. So if he doesn't pitch well tonight, don't get mad at me. He's lost his last 6 starts to the Mariners.
Can we talk about that real quick?
0-2 this year.
Do you really buy into that?
I don't.
Because the whole argument was, okay, Jeremiah Estrada doesn't pitch well against the Dodgers, but, does that really... I don't know that Jeremiah Estrada is sitting in the pen going, oh, my gosh, it's the Dodgers.
He might. There's certain ballparks you pitch better in than others, and you might say to yourself, man, I never seem to pitch well here in St. Louis. Like, you can't figure it out.
Okay.
You go out there the next time and you're like, all right, it's St. Louis, but I'm going to just be me. And then you get bombed again and you're like walking off going, what happened again?
He faced the Mariners so much because he was played for the A's.
Sears did all this with the A's. As far as Jeremiah is concerned, he's making some bad pitches against the Dodgers. But so's the whole Padre bullpen had a 4.96 ERA this year against the Dodgers. The rest of the major leagues, 2.74. That's not all on Jeremiah Estrada.
No.
So it's just one of them things.
It is one of those
But
things.
I know what you mean. But Kershaw was 0-2 the last 2 years against the Padres, had an ERA of 8. So was he just not supposed to pitch? You know what I mean? I don't totally believe it. And Mike Shildt said he doesn't. Mike Shildt doesn't shy away. He said, we're not going to shy away from, situations.
Well, you can't.
We believe our guys can get the job done.
I don't think you can shy away.
Yeah.
If you're an actual major league manager, be like, what was your reason as to why you didn't use Estrada? Oh, he doesn't pitch well against the Dodgers. I don't think that answer would be ripped apart.
Not as much as the decision to use him was ripped apart yesterday. JP Sears will start tonight. It'll be Bryce Miller for the M's, as it were. A couple of games in progress with playoff type, implications. NL East, Phillies, Mets, 3-0 Phillies right now, the top of the 4th. Trey Turner started with a triple. Schwarbaum with a sac fly. Boston leads Baltimore 4-3 in the 6th. Roman Anthony and Jaron Duran have homered for the Bo Sox. Yankees 2-0 over Washington. Home run, Ben Rice for the Pinstripes.
Oh my gosh, I just put something together.
What's that?
The name Ben Rice. Isn't there a rice called Uncle Ben's?
Uncle Ben's. Yeah, this isn't his, though, but yeah.
I get what you're saying, but man.
I don't think he does that in his spare time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't think he peddles rice on the
No,
side?
I don't think he's peddling rice in the spare time.
Okay, all right.
But, anything is possible.
It is true.
I wouldn't put it past him.
I mean, Buddy Kennedy was DFA'd today, so anything's possible.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
The Dodgers.
Kike Hernandez was reactivated.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, we've been saying, look, the Dodgers, ended up getting 9 out of 13 games over the Padres, right? And a lot of it from this side. Well, Jackson Merrill's hurt, and then earlier Yu Darvish was hurt, and now Michael King's missed hasn't pitched, and all that's true. But so is the fact that the Dodgers have been very much less than 100% as well. I don't think you're going to see Buddy Kennedy in the postseason.
No?
Probably going to see somebody better than that. Anyway, we'll see. A couple of quick other notes. Football. We're getting close to opening day. Next Thursday is the opener in the National Football League.
It is getting crazy.
As I expected would happen, the Bengals and Trey Hendrickson agreed to the big payday. $14 million raise for Hendrickson. $30 million salary now for him. He was the top defensive player in the league pretty much last year. Of course, the Bengals, as they always do, were trying to, lowball him.
$30 million is not a low ball.
I know, they came around. Did you hear Boomer Esiason?
No.
Former Bengal.
Yeah.
Going to be honored this year in the Bengal Ring of Honor. Boomer, very big honor. He and a bunch of other, former stars.
Is he not going?
Oh, he's going, but he's paying his own freight.
No.
Bengals are not paying flight or hotel.
No.
To bring their own superstar heroes back to Cincinnati to honor them.
That is cheap.
You wonder why the Bengals?
That is cheap.
I'm telling you, the best coach in football might be this guy with the Bengals. What's
Zach Taylor?
Yeah, he's up against it every year with this crappy ownership there.
Yeah, that's bad. That's crazy.
These are NFL owners with $80 billion.
So you're going to say, hey, we're going to honor you at our stadium. We want you to come. But hey,
can you find your way over?
You're going to have to pay your way.
And we'll help you. There's a Days Inn down the street that I think is $49.95.
We'll give you a Skyline chili or gift card.
Joe Mixon will miss the first 4 games for the Texans. Keep in mind when you go to your fantasy draft this week.
That's
or whenever.
actually huge news for
it's pretty
fantasy
big.
people.
Yeah, Mixon's a big-time running back for the Texans. This is good news for Nick Chubb, though. Remember the old Brown? He's now a Texan.
The Texans, yeah.
So he'll probably get a little time at the beginning of the year.
Did you see the breaking news?
Which one?
Kenny Pickett has been traded.
By the Steelers?
By the Browns.
Oh, by the Browns.
To the Raiders.
Ah, well, Super Bowl.
What does that mean for Shedeur Sanders?
Well, you got Shedeur, you got Gabriel, and you got Flacco. They're the last 3 standing, right?
Yeah, they're going to carry 3/4. You have to carry 3.
Well, they're going to be those 3.
Yeah, of course.
Flacco starts. Shedeur's going to get a chance this year.
He will.
So let's see what he can do.
Yeah.
I mean, until I see somebody, you never know. Nobody thought Jaden Daniels would be this.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true. No one thought Brock Purdy would be this.
Well, I don't want to go there, but Brock Purdy is pretty good considering he was the last guy picked.
Yeah, that's true.
Say he's had a pretty good run at it.
He was not expected to be anything.
No. Terry McLaurin ends his holdout, or hold in, as it were. He and the Commanders have reached agreement, so put him back on your draft board. Isn't this funny? I'm saying this as in fantasy football draft. Nobody cares about the actual teams. Just care about your team in fantasy. All right, that's pretty much some of the head football news. We got another segment, right, Scrape?
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
Yeah, we did some research in the break.
Which research are you referring to?
Mr. Tatis.
Yeah, let's finish with that today. Might as well get everybody in a complete up in arms one way or the other. I don't think
so, because we're bringing actual numbers.
We're going to bring the numbers. You decide is Fernando Tatis Jr. Has he been all that this year? I think there's many who love him more than ever. And there are many who kind of miss the old Fernando. We'll talk after traffic.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight back left.
Straight back left.
Straight around that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here. So.
What are you thinking to see it for the first time?
I'm thinking that
hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight back left.
Straight back left.
Straight around that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here. So.
What are you thinking to see it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place, so I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy.
Fighter, and Fernando sends it in the air to deep right center field. Scott is back into the gap, looking up. This one gonna go into the Cardinal bullpen. 17th home run of the season for Fernando. He's 2 for 2 on the night, and the Padres make a loud noise to begin the third inning. It's 7-3.
Jesse Agler on the call, and I bet he wishes he could make that call again. It has been now more than a month, Scrabe, if you can believe it.
I can't.
That home run came on July 24th in St. Louis. Today is August 25th. I'm sure you're aware. So 1 month and 1 day, 27 games, 131 plate appearances without a home run for Fernando Tatis Jr. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr. in Seattle, where the Padres and Mariners will get together here in a little bit. Scraby alongside here in the Odyssey Palace studio. So the question is with Fernando. We heard Tony talk about it earlier. He's been great, Tony feels. And he's not the only one who feels that. He's getting on base. He's doing what leadoff hitters do. He's stealing some bases. He's scoring a lot of runs. He's fourth in all of Major League Baseball with 90 runs scored. He's got an 802 OPS. I'm sorry. Let me go back. He's got a 373 on base, which is easily the highest of his career. He's been making pitchers work, not swinging at as many of those outside curveballs in the dirt. A lot of people like it. And then their other side, which is, but he's Fernando. Fernando used to be feared when he came to the plate. You used to start thinking about Fernando 4 hitters away. Like, how are we going to get around him? I don't know that anybody fears a guy that hasn't homered in 131 plate appearances. He's 0 for August in home runs.
I think the thing is...
So, I'm not sure where to come down on this. I really am not. He's playing defense as good as anybody in all of baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we just accept this is Fernando now. Go ahead.
I think for what he's being asked to do, and I know that they want him to hit home runs and all of that, But what he's being asked to do, he's doing a good job. He's getting on base at the highest clip of his career.
Yeah.
The walks.
Yeah.
Apparently, Luis Arise is walking him.
Yeah, right. Arise. The reason he's walking, according to the Arise haters, is that Arise is they're pitching around him because Arise is so bad.
But when you say he's 4th in runs scored in baseball,
it's a big
that
deal.
tells me he's doing his job.
That's a big deal. He's also 12th in on base percentage, which is really good. But all of that comes at the expense of this. He is 82nd best in baseball in slugging percentage. He is 54th in OPS. His OPS is 66 points lower than his career. His slugging is 84 points lower. He's got 4 home runs since Memorial Day.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. So I'm just bringing this all up. Again, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I have an opinion on it. I kind of miss the old Fernando.
Don't get me wrong. I love the old Fernando.
I'd love
too.
to see I'd love to see him keep all of the parts of the new Fernando and then return to the old here now and again. I keep waiting for him to smack a 3-run homer, turn a game around. Anyway, I think, like you said, I think the Padres are pleased with it. I wonder, this is my own thinking, I wonder if the front office is pleased with it. He doesn't get paid like a leadoff hitter who walks.
Well, then the front office needs to come down and tell them that he needs to be a cleanup hitter. He needs to do something else because this is what he's doing.
I know what he's doing, but again, you're saying that he's being a good leadoff hitter in the Ricky Henderson sense of the word. But then this day and age, leadoff hitters are Schwarber and Ohtani and Judge and, people who hit 40, 50 home runs.
What would
it's a different world in that regard.
If he's not going to hit home runs, I guess I'm fine with it because solo shots are...
If he's not going to hit home runs, this is probably where he should bat because he's leading off, he's getting on base, he's making things happen, he's scoring runs.
I do think that pitchers fear him.
You do?
I think that they fear him because they know that he can connect with the pitch. I don't think any pitcher's like, you know what? I'm going to get him out easy.
I'll say this, and then everybody can, write me tweets later and say you're an idiot. I haven't even seen him hit a deep fly ball in a month. I really haven't. I've seen some doubles down the line, things like that. I haven't really seen him punish the baseball. Just hit it hard. It's just kind of been weird.
Let me go look at his StatCast numbers to see.
Oh, I bet you they love him.
No, his power's down, things like that. Let's see.
All of those numbers
Swing
love
speed.
him. After all, in WAR, he's 8th best in all of baseball. And we discussed this. He's far superior to Manny in WAR.
All right. So
despite the fact that anybody can see that Manny has been the better and more productive player this year.
We got to throw out the 2020 season.
Okay.
His highest exit velocity average in his career is 93.9.
Okay.
This year, he's only at 93, so he's not.
Yeah,
he's not losing.
That's pretty negligible.
Let's see.
What was the one Kevin Acey statistic that was in the
meatballs?
Story? The meatballs, where he hit 8-something OPS last year and a 400 OPS this year, something like that.
I'm gonna need a little
that
bit.
Seemed to be. I don't know what that one was. It was something like that. That seemed to be troubling to me.
His meatball swings are the.
There we go. Meatball swing. Is that next to BAPIP now? Meatball swings.
It's next to whiff percent.
Okay. Meatball swings.
Meatball swing percent. He swings at meatballs 88% of the time this year. In 2023, he swung at 93%.
I can't believe you even know where to find all this stuff.
Well, I do like the StatCast.
I'll say you and everybody else is crazier than I am out there. I like to let the eye test tell me some of it, and my eye test tells me Fernando doesn't hit the ball with the same authority that he used to.
Here's where it kind of changes a little bit. His bat speed is way down from last year.
Interesting.
His bat speed is the 76th percentile this year. Last year, he was the 86th percentile.
Right.
Last year, his hard hit percentage, meaning he hits the ball over 95, I believe.
Right.
It was 99th percentile, so one of the best in the league. And this year, he's only 92nd, which doesn't change too much.
92nd still makes him a tremendous player.
This is another big thing.
Right?
His barrel percent here, I think, is where the conversation goes. He's
Okay.
not punishing the mistakes because his barrel percentage last year, meaning he hits it on the barrel, 92nd percentile around the league. This year, he's the 64th percentile. So he's not connecting with the baseball as well as he has in the past. That's a big number. That tells me.
Well,
it tells me that he's missing.
It tells analytic people something. The argument that, the PED suspension has changed Fernando, I think carries a lot of weight because he was crushing the ball at the beginning of this season. But that Fernando is no longer. And like I said, some people don't want that one back. Some people want to stay with this one and get the most out of this one.
Here's another thing, which is weird because his walks are up, but his chase percent is 75th percentile. Last year, his chase percent was 50th percentile. So
you're throwing too much stuff.
I know. Basically, what I'm looking at is that he's just missing mistakes. And we've said this before, but that's what it is.
When's he going to start hitting them?
I don't know. I would love for him to start hitting. You think I would love to see the stutter step around third every 5 games. That would be awesome.
I hope he remembers to do it. If it's been a while.
You think he remembers how to run the bases after a home run?
If he has to stop at second base and ask the third base coach, what do I do again when I get down there?
I do also think
that'd be a bad sign.
I do also think that it's weird that he's struggled with his swing so much this year. And when Tony's told us a couple times that it's his front foot. Like he picks it up too early, picks it up too late. He doesn't have any timing. It's very strange how things have went about this year. If he's not going to hit the ball, I'll take a walk. I'll get him on base.
I think the Fernando's almost a classic example of this whole, maybe bringing the whole show full circle, trying to figure out, should we just be happy with what we have, or should we be a little upset that we're not getting more? That's kind of where the whole day started.
Excuse me, sir, can I have some more?
The Padres are in first place. They're tied. They're doing great, but they lost yesterday. And Mike Schultz, only knows what he's doing 70% of the time.
Someone asked when the last time Manny Machado hit a home run, but I believe it was recent.
It was more recent than 131 plate appearances.
It was not July 24th. I can tell you that. But I will go look for this because we have a couple seconds.
I'm sure people are out there going to, they're probably going to twist what I say. And
he hit a home run last Wednesday against the Giants.
Okay. I'm sure people will twist what I'm saying to create whatever narrative they want and say that I'm either A, ripping Fernando, or B, I'm totally accepting of Fernando.
Well, let me just say this. You're not, because we had the talk during the break and we were going over all the different reasons that he could be the Fernando that we see this year. And so we went to the stats. If everybody wants stats, we'll bring you stats. But the eye test tells me he's a different player too, Chris. I can't say the eye test is scientific because it's not, but it tells me that he's not the same guy we have seen. And he was that guy this year already. Where did that guy go?
I can also say that the science that people use isn't always convince me anyway.
Oh, you don't believe in science now?
Right.
Right. You heard it here first. Chris Ello does not believe in science.
Before we go, a couple of quick things. Congratulations to your guy, Tommy Fleetwood. Wins the first tournament of his life.
PGA Tour tournament.
PGA Tour. He had finished in the top 5, something like 100 times, not 100, but like 37 times.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
He'd never won, and he won the FedEx Cup. So
good for him.
I was pretty excited for Tommy Fleetwood. Congrats also to Chinese Taipei.
Oh, yeah.
They get the Little League World Series, otherwise known as Taiwan. They used to win the World Series every year when I was coming through the ranks. This is their first winning in 29 years, though. But they have won a lot of them.
Wow, I didn't realize
back in the day.
I didn't realize there was that many.
Been a while. So there's some of that. Sam Levitt, pregame. Padres, Mariners.
Fernando will hit a home run tonight.
I hope Mike Schultz manages the perfect game tonight, so we don't have to even say anything.
We could have done without that.
Bye.
Could have done without that.